HDMI 2, HDMI 3. So I can actually talk to Scott on this fucking phone. Just go ahead and talk. Let me see if I can get some audio from you.
Alright, hello? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little faint. So let me see.
Oh, I wonder why it's so low.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just. I mean, I hear you perfect on the phone. I just don't hear you that loud in the yellow box. So I'm not sure why that is. But now I'm gonna see if I can get the link from Scott. Scott,
Okay.
Scott, Scott, can you hear me? Hold on, let me put you in my headphones. Do you see anything on YouTube yet? Do you see a link? Okay. Okay. Yeah, send me the link. I'm gonna send it to her. Also, let me know is her audio good? Cause I mean I hear her fate in the yellow box, so I don't know if that's the case on YouTube. Yeah. I didn't throw her on yet. I'm just trying to make sure that my sound is good. But you should be able to hear her. Because I have her in one of the. I have, yeah. I'm waiting. Can you give us some audio so he can see if he can hear you good on YouTube?
Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me?
Do you hear her? Yeah, because I have another idea. What I could do is I think I can fix it so that she can hear us both. Let me try to. Yeah, go ahead. Test the audio. Test your audio.
What'd you say? One more time.
Yeah,
Sorry, I couldn't hear
he's
you.
telling you to just talk to see. Is she good though? Is she
Okay.
loud and clear and everything like that? It is, but I can turn her off on the HDMI and they'll only be coming in from the phone. You see what I mean? See, look, let me turn her off from the HDMI. All right, go ahead, talk again. Scott, just tell me,
Hello, testing, testing, testing.
is she better like that? Scott, you hear me? Scott, did you hear her? Scott. Right, but okay, give him some more audio, please, real quick.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing.
Hmm. Right. Uh, okay. So let me. Fuck. Shit. So what I'm gonna have to do now is try to. Because she doesn't have a mic. She's on a headpiece. So if I take my mic away from the phone, and I have her, if I have her coming in from the phone, I don't know what you mean by that. All right, if I take off my mic. My sound, look, I can use a combination here. I can pull in more than one sound source. So I could turn back on the mic and still have her coming in from HDMI 2 from the phone. I don't know, this is fucking terrible, bro. So I don't know what's so different than from yesterday, but
Or is it not that loud?
yeah, he's waiting for you to test your audio.
Can you hear me at all? No? Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Can
but
either of you guys hear me?
is it any good though? Uh huh. Yeah, I mean in the chat they're saying that her mic is low. So
How about now? Is it better or worse? Was that better with my AirPods or what do you think?
I mean I hear you better with that, but
Okay.
Scott, give me a second here. Let me listen to it through the yellow box for a second. Yeah, I mean I hear you. I hear you. I think I hear you better through here. Yeah, I mean you can come closer to the mic. All right, guys in the chat, let me know how you hear me and let me know how you hear her. Use words, man. Don't use emojis and shit because I don't know what that means. So tell me, can you hear me clearly and can you hear her clearly? All right, I guess there's a slight delay in the chat. Scott, I don't know what's going on. So hold on. There's a fuck. This stream that I see on YouTube, is that the one that, what do you need to delete it or something? No, no, I'm trying to differentiate them so I can figure out if I can get into the chat here. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, listen, they can hear me well. I don't know about her. So, I mean, I guess you can introduce yourself and let's see if they can hear you well.
Okay, my name is Arica and I am 27 years old from Cleveland, Ohio. Let me know how you can hear that.
Okay. You're in Virginia now, right? That's where you're at?
Yeah,
Virginia?
I live in near Norfolk.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, but you're just low for some reason. I'm not sure why the volume is so low. So, that's an issue. Um, what happened, Scott? Yeah, I mean, the issue might be her coming through the. This is strange. Yeah, I mean, I have the volume up all the way on the iPhone. All right, so we'll get started now. Yeah, basically. Yeah, yeah. You can go ahead and just put her on the single view. I'll work the multiple camera view from here. All right, guys. So well, I'm gonna let her tell her story and her situation, and then you guys can kind of get into the chat and ask some questions. But I brought her on because she is in a committed relationship. In fact, she is currently engaged, which I find very interesting. Just because the modern woman wants to be strong, independent, and single. So we want to hear her take on relationships and commitment and what's so different about her and why she feels that she wants to get married and cooperate and cohabitate with a man. So I'm going to go ahead and let you take it, sister. Put you on right here.
Yeah, just like any modern woman, I was very gun ho about just being single and like being independent and doing what I have to do. But I realized that, as you get older, you want someone to be there with you to grow old, and you're definitely much like better financially off with like two incomes, and just where I want to get in life, I need someone who is just as strong and like a go-getter, just like I am.
Okay. So, I mean, you did some time in the military. How long were you there and where were you like mostly stationed at?
So I was 5 years active duty Marine Corps. Now I am Air Force Reserves, and I've been in the Air Force Reserves for about 4 years now. I love it. I have no complaints.
Oh man, the stories that that we hear about. The stories that we hear about about the
Yeah, it gets wild. I'm not even gonna lie. It gets crazy.
about dating in the
It's
military.
crazy. They are very, just say when you go out of town or you deploy with them, they're looking to get wild. I've seen a lot of married folks go crazy when they're either deployed or that they're just out of town. They just don't know how to act.
Getting it in. Well, somebody's in the chat asking, I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Lord Battles, you said she probably from Shaker?
Oh,
Oh,
Shaker? No, I'm
that's a place.
actually from Cleveland. I'm 216 through and through. If you know where Metro Hospital is on the west side, that's where I grew up.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's asking your ethnicity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it about probably 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna have you only respond to super chats. But we can definitely answer that because I also am interested. What's your ethnicity? Because I know you told me.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
mixed. I'm mixed. Puerto Rican, black and white.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Touche, touche. Okay, Puerto. That's a lot going on, but there's a lot of good stuff though. I tell you that much.
Yeah,
I,
I like
I,
it.
I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see it because there's more going on than just the Oreo. There's something else. So I guess the Puerto Rican
Yeah.
added a little extra, you know,
Oh yeah.
little Boniqua
Little
on there,
spice.
a little butter pecan added to the mix. But who's what? Like your father's what and your mom is what?
My dad black and white, and my mom Puerto Rican.
And they're married or
Yes.
what's the deal?
So sadly, my dad passed away when I was young, and so my mom's still here. She's still there.
But I mean, they were married before, like before that they were
Nope,
married.
nope. I was a bastard.
Cohabitating.
Yeah, they were living together. They
Mm-hmm.
were 24. They were both 24 when I was born, and he passed away when I was 1.5.
Okay. I mean, listen, if they're cohabitating, that's what you call it. That's common law. So I'll take it. What I
Yeah,
don't like is the broken homes. That's what I don't like.
yeah.
Yeah, someone's saying put headphones on, but I mean I hear you clearly. So you guys gotta let me know. I mean even when I check the stream, I hear her well in the stream to be honest with you. So and the headphones are actually a distraction. Like I don't want to wear them because it throws me off because I'm hearing it at two different speeds. Um, she need her equal Kevin Samuels. Well, I don't think her man is her equal. How would you describe your fiance? Your equal, or is he superior?
Um, the places that I lack, I would say he definitely picks up, or vice versa. Like I am very strong on financials. Like you got to get right financially. And he is very like head of the household. He's very strong. He is, I don't know, just an all around manly man. Before I met him, I was carrying a lot of masculine energy. For my mom being single for so long, all I see is like her working day in and day out. So I think I definitely had a lot of masculinity before I met him. He taught me to be softer. He taught me how to, that I can let my guard down and like be a woman. So I would say he's definitely, very masculine. I'm now feminine.
I mean, you've
If that
told me
makes
that
sense.
before, and I don't agree. But I mean, I guess that's just my opinion, or maybe I'm numb to it. But I don't think you have a lot of masculine traits or tendencies. I think you might have masculine skill sets.
I would say I did. I did not know how to be a woman.
Are you
I
are you
would say I did
rehabilitated?
not know how to be a woman. I didn't know how to. Yeah, I would say so. I
Are
would
you
say so.
rehabilitated? Is that what happened? Because you must be talking prior to when we
I
met.
think
Because
so.
I don't smell it. I don't sniff it. So.
Yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely prior to when we met.
Okay. Yeah, that I can. That I can see. But I mean, also I think not having the guy there or not having the father there might cause it. So equally, not having the boyfriend or the husband might perpetuate it, as well as if he is there, it might cease. It might nip it.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of women that they kind of use that as an excuse, like, oh well, I can't be in my feminine because I don't have a man, and I'm like, listen, I'm not buying that shit. I feel like you should be feminine all day, every day, 24/7, with or without a dude, just like a guy should be within,
I
in his
agree now.
masculine, regardless. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, but we are living in different times, and we're coping. Everybody's coping, but I think it's like GI Joe. I don't know if that's too old school for you, but GI Joe, the slogan was "Knowing is half the battle." So I think a lot of the modern women, they don't even acknowledge it, so they can't possibly remedy it because they're not even willing to admit it, um, and accept that that's happening and that's going on. It's like you tell a girl she's masculine, and she's like, "What are you talking about? I'm not masculine." It's like, all right, well, if you're the arbiter of it, then who are you gonna date? Who are you gonna marry? Because you're acting like the energy that you're giving off to others isn't valid if you're relying on those people to find you attractive. You're relying on those people to be with you. So, all right. So we got a super chat here from Trey, and I'm trying to freaking get into my back end so I can see it. But I was notified, so I'm not sure if that was with a comment or with a question or if he was
Just
just
with some
showing love.
fire
Hmm?
emojis, fire emojis.
Yeah, I can't see it, so I don't know if he. And I don't know if he just shot it. Yeah, I think he just sent some. Oh, you see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
because
see it. I see it.
Scott told me to have some fire emojis. Yeah, like the YOLO box is like the ish, but for some reason you can't see the super chats with it. I can see the regular chats, but I can't see the super chats. So up until this point, I feel like this is the only flaw of this device is that it doesn't allow me to see that. So I have to run it with something that allows me to get back there. All right. It's some hardware audio engineering that needs to be done in the back end. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, I have been to Norfolk many times. Yeah, I've been in Norfolk many times too. So in Virginia, like my mother has a house in Newport News now, and I used to live in Richmond. So, like when I was college age, like 21 to 24, my best friend had moved to Virginia, and his parents built a house. They got some land, and they literally built a house in Richmond. So at that age group, at that age, like that period in time, we were dating a lot of girls in Virginia. Throughout Newport News, Virginia Beach, and Richmond. So the gender roles are still very much intact in Virginia, in my opinion. They're very much intact. My mother's married to a man from Virginia. My godmother is from Virginia. Well, I shouldn't say she's from Virginia. She's from the Bronx, but she's lived in Virginia for like 20 years. So the guys there are very different. The men there are still very traditional. They take a lot of pride in those gender roles, and so do the women. So your fiance is from where?
Atlanta.
Okay, so I don't know about Atlanta. Atlanta's very modern.
Yeah.
But would you say that like he's there with it? Like where is he at as far as gender roles are concerned?
Um, I would say he is definitely a little more old school. His mom and dad they were married and they split up, and his mom now has a new husband, and they're definitely old school. So I was a little taken back because my family, it's just different. They're My mom, head of the household, always been like by herself, working all the time. So like we had different ideas of family. I never thought I was gonna get married, if I'm gonna be honest, and I was okay with that. And it wasn't until I met him and like softened me up, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
that I actually was like, okay, you know what, you're awesome, and I can't let you go because I love the way that you treat me, and I'm like, we can get married. I see myself with you. It
We
wasn't
could get
until I met
married.
him. Yeah, it wasn't until I like met him that I was like, you know what, marriage doesn't seem so bad.
Well, I miss being married, so I admit it all the time. I don't miss my ex-wife. I miss being married. So,
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
not the
yeah.
same thing. Not the same thing at all. But I was, therefore, I think we want to get married for completely different reasons. I think with her it was like a validation thing, an emotional thing. For me, it was coming of age thing. It was like that's where I was in my life. I had done so much already, and I was making really good money at the time, and I just was like, I had no interest in casually dating. There were women everywhere. My stable was huge, and I just was like, I don't want to participate. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm ready to cash out like a motherfucker. I want property. I want babies. You know what I mean? So it was different.
Just the idea of building with somebody, it's like, I don't know, just like no other. Like I said before, two incomes are better than one, and just building
Mm.
an empire, a legacy with someone is really attractive to me.
I mean, my marriage was like super stress free. It was weird. It was like she had to create the stress. She had to like create the drama. She had to manufacture it. It was weird as shit. Like everything was paid in advance. Like we didn't have financial issues. Nobody was cheating on nobody. Nobody had illegitimate children. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, family dinner every Sunday. I had to get along with the in-laws, which was fine. Like I had no problem humbling myself. It was weird, man. It was really weird. So the theme was "It's too good to be true," and that's the part that she couldn't handle. Like she felt, I've heard that be said about women many times after I got divorced. I started looking into the male spaces and hearing what other guys had to say and their experiences. And something I heard echoed was the modern woman is like allergic to like stability. Like if there's no chaos, they're uncomfortable. They're like, wait a minute, everything's
Yeah,
going
it's
as
weird.
planned. Wait a minute, why is everything going as planned? Why is he doing what he said he was gonna do? Why is he keeping promises? Why is he not cheating? This is so strange. No,
Exactly.
no, 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 no. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not used to this. Something has to go wrong, or I'm gonna make something go wrong. And that's what it was. And there was a day where I actually said that to her. I will never forget it. It was like 8:30 in the morning because I get up early. I work nights, but I still get up early. And I'm, walking the dog. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And I forgot what she was bothering me about. Like, why you got to go to the gym? Why you so, you know, let me smell your dick before you go to the gym. And and I was like, yo, you know what? I said I've been meaning to fucking tell you something. And I had the fridge open because I was like, I was packing my stuff. Oh, now I know what it was. She came out of the room because she heard me washing the dishes.
Okay.
So I've never used a dishwasher in my life. Never. I'm 40 years old, and everywhere that I've lived in like the past 30 years has had a dishwasher, and I've never used one. And I don't want them to be used. So any woman that I'm with, she no longer uses dishwashers. If I find her using a dishwasher, we got a problem. And it's just something that's been instilled in me with my grandparents. My grandfather was like, yo, it's a waste of money. Real quick, Lightweight got a $5 super chat here. I'm going to ask her your question in a second, Lightweight. Let me finish my rant. So my grandfather was always like, listen, the dishwasher is a waste of money. It's a waste of water. And you end up having to wash the dishes before you put them in. And then a lot of times it's not done properly. You end up having to go over them again. It's just fucking stupidest invention. So it's stuck in my head. So when I say I don't want dishes in the sink, If I use dishes, I wash them immediately. Sometimes I wash the dishes before I eat my food, which would irritate the women that I'm with because they're like, "You just made, the food is cooked. Sit down and eat." And I'm like, "Give me a second. I'm gonna wash these dishes real quick while everything's still moist and soft on the plate." I don't like to come back. I don't like dishes in the sink. I really don't. I don't care if it's one dish. I don't want it. So I wash the dishes after I make my breakfast, and she comes out now. She's complaining because she says, "Why can't you just leave the dishes so I can do it?" So it's kind of like that episode from Family Guy when she was getting frustrated because Peter was doing the things that she would normally do. And Lois was like, "This is mine. I do this. This is mine. Don't take this from me." So I'm like, "Listen, you were in the bed sleeping. I'm going to wash these dishes because I'm not going to leave dishes in there and then I come back and there's dishes in the sink." She's like, "Well, listen, I would have washed them." I said, "Listen, I'm going to wash them immediately after I use them." So she starts going on about the fact that I'm taking things from her to do. And I said, "Listen, it's bad enough that your ass sleeps in the bed until 10 in the morning. I don't like that. Get up and find something to do, right?" So she's about to say something. I said, "You know what? Let me stop you right there. Because I've been meaning to tell your ass something. I'm fucking from Jamaica. And every time I go back, all my cousins, all they could talk about is getting them a white woman, a European white woman, or an American woman, so that they could get some, so they can get papers, so that they can leave, and they can move to a Western country, right? That's what all the dudes in Jamaica want." Then when I go to Canada, which is where she's from, all the white women in Canada are saying the same exact thing. They want a black Caribbean dude that happens to have citizenship in America. Right? So it's weird. That's a weird request because you want the guy to be black and from the Caribbean, but you also want him to have American citizenship. And by the way, no children and single. Now,
That's asking a lot.
that was my point. That's where I'm going with it. So, I've always wanted to not have to work for anyone, right? And I also wanted to be married first before children, and I wanted to own the property that I live in before I bring the children into it. So I said, everything that we want, we fucking have. As lofty of a request as it is, we have it. We both have that other person, right? Neither one of us have children out of wedlock. Neither one of us have any debt. We both own our vehicles, and now we own the condo that we live in, and we're already married before we have children, and we have a second bedroom that's just like full of Nike sneakers and shit, because what else is there to put in there until we make a baby? And you find it to come and complain to me about shit when we are living other people's fantasy. I said, "You are slapping God in the face right now." She stopped for a moment and she started to think, and I could see the gears turning in her head. And it's almost like she started to think of what all her friends want. You think about what all your friends want. I think about what my friends and my cousins want, and we already have that. And you find it to complain. I said, "You think about that. I'm gonna go to the gym and stay in shape and shit because, wives complain that their husbands let themselves go. So let me go, stay in shape for you and stuff, right?" So that's just what I was dealing with in marriage, is that everything was perfect and she found a way to still crash it. And I just was like, fuck, I gotta find a woman that can appreciate what it is that I'm trying to provide. But let me get to Lightwood's question. He says, "How did men treat you in the military then? She noticed that most guys were nicer, or was it the opposite?" Yeah, these guys kind of phrase questions weird, so I'm not sure what he's saying. I don't know if you understand it.
So how did guys treat me in the military? So, especially in the Marine Corps, there are a lot of men, because it's mainly men. And then there's very little women, so when a Marine sees another female, they lose their mind.
It's like
They
prison.
lose their mind. They don't even have to be pretty. They lose their
Wow.
damn mind. So, yes, of course, I got a lot of attention, and guys treated me really nice. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I had attention as a kid, or not as a kid, but before the Marine Corps, I say I was decent looking, so I didn't sleep with everybody, or I didn't give everyone the time of day if they were coming at me like that. Because I don't know, it just wasn't yo, if you're not for me or fit my criteria, then I'm not gonna give you the time of day, if that makes sense.
I heard all the chicks in the military were freaks, and that all people were doing was hooking up every chance they get, just hooking up in the military. I don't know. That's what I heard.
Look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There are many women that join the military and
Mm.
are not that pretty, and then they lose their mind when every male is giving them attention. So they're sleeping
Mm.
left and right, and that's cool. That's cool with me. Just don't bring it into work.
Yeah, it's
When you start bringing
intoxicating.
that stuff to
That's
work, that's
intoxicating.
that's a problem. We ain't gonna do that.
Mm. Well, I've seen guys go through the same thing at the strip club. When they start getting all that attention, I'd be like, yo, you need to get your average ass out of here. People, listen, people either love me or hate me for my honesty. Because I tell everybody the truth. I don't really care too much about people's feelings. So I will tell guys all the time, you don't fucking belong here. You know how I know you don't belong here? Because women don't do a double take on you in the street, in real life. Ain't no girl doing a double take on you in the supermarket. You don't belong here. You ain't nobody's fantasy. They be mad at me because they be like, yo, why you gotta say that to the guys? Why you gotta ruin it for? I'm not ruining shit, nigga. You fucking up the quality of the stock. You need to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm dead ass serious. If you under 5'10", you don't belong here. And I cut the bar there because I'm 5'10". You know what I'm saying? Hey, so take it easy. If I said 6 foot, then I wouldn't qualify either. So I say
Yeah, I got
6'10".
you.
I say 6'10". That way I'm safe. But if you under 5'10", you don't belong here. You ain't nobody's fantasy. Get your punk ass out of here. So yeah, but I noticed that when these guys start getting that attention, bro, they're like, these motherfuckers will come to work and make no money. They'll still be there with a smile, like all these girls giving me compliments, and my attitude was the opposite. I'm like, yo, fuck a compliment. Where's the money at? Go to the ATM. Go to the ATM and come back. I don't give a shit about your compliments. But just like you said, I was used to it growing up, so I'm not impressed. But I could see how the military would, blow some women's heads up, because when I was in the lockup, there was a lot of COs that were, how Kevin say, ma'am, you're average at best, ma'am. And they loved coming to work because all those inmates were like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Brown? You looking really good today. It's like, bitch, come on, bro. Come on, buddy. Come on, man. So they love going to work and having all those men, drooling over them. Attention is a drug to women. So this guy, I'm not sure what he said. Thank God you left. He super chatted to tell me that. All right, man. I appreciate you, bro. But no, let's try to keep the questions in the comments. For the guests, for the young lady. Discipline that pushes women away. They get intimidated. Okay. So now, when you said your dude is like he's treating you well, it kind of sounds like, were you getting that kind of treatment from your former boyfriends? Like, what was the norm for you?
The major issue was with me dating in the past. They would pretty much, I guess, lie. Like, oh yeah, I like this and I like this, because they know that's what I like. So they try to relate to me, and then later on it comes to light them, like, oh, you actually don't like the same things that I like. The thing about him, he was honest from the get-go. I was like, what's up? Like, most people lie to me. Like, when are you gonna tell the truth? But he was being honest from the jump, so that's what I really appreciate. That I love honesty. I love bluntness. Like, tell me how it is. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah, I might get mad, but I appreciate you telling me the truth, as opposed to finding out that you just lied to, like, fuck my feelings.
Yeah, but that's unique though. Most women, they not feeling that.
Yeah.
They not feeling it. So I guess that's tough, because I think most women didn't hear it. Maybe you being around guys a little bit more often, you probably would have heard it more, because you're gonna have guys that it's like they're not trying to sleep with you or anything like that. So they're like, I'm just gonna tell her like it is. She's one of the guys. She's one of the fellas at this point in time. And I've liked and appreciated those type of relationships when you're dealing with women and it's like camaraderie, because you're doing something that's plutonic, but that takes a special type of female. I'm not sure if it takes I guess it takes a special type of dude and female, because a lot of the guys don't respect the line. Like, if we work together, or we're like on some type of team or something, there needs to be a line, where it's like, listen, I can't come at her like that. And then also, it takes a special type of woman to understand that, listen, you're coming into a male space. who are you for us to change the rules and the customs for you? You know
Don't
what I
change
mean?
it for me. Don't change it on my account. I feel
Right.
like that. Like, don't change how you are or how you talk just because I'm around. Like, I feel offended. Boy, talk your truth. I'm just here listening.
I mean, someone says that women condition men to lie, and I don't think that's the case. I think weak men can be conditioned by whatever the influence is. So when you say men in general, yeah, I get it. There's a lot of dudes that's their experience with women has been women in the position of authority. We're not really acknowledging that. But when you're born to a single mother, your single mother is going to keep women around you. She's going to keep aunties around. She's going to keep her best friends around, which are going to be females. And then you're going to transition from that to the authority being the teachers in school. So now you got strangers that are women that are the authority. And then you're going to go through puberty and you're going to start wanting to get some pussy. So now you're going to have to capitulate and pander to females to try to get them to like you or spend time with you or whatever, because that's a big mystery to you, because you have no idea how to attract women, because you're not attracting them in the traditional, natural way, which is minding your damn business, being a boy transitioning into a man, and that attracts the women. So a lot of guys, they skip that, and now they're confused because they're like, oh, I like girls now, but the girls ain't checking for me. So what do I do to get the girls to check for me? And now it becomes a reactionary thing, where how it should have been all along is I'm mirroring my father, I'm mirroring my uncles, I'm getting beat up by my older brother and my older cousins. So I'm consumed with trying to gain male attention and male validation and being part of these male groups. I want to go hang out with my big brother, but he keeps telling me I'm too little, and he keeps leaving me behind. Right? I'm trying to be like my dad. I'm trying to grow a beard. So as a boy, you're too busy focusing on what the men are doing, what guys are doing, so that by the time you start liking girls, you've already put so much time and effort into getting good at male shit, at man shit. So now when you start noticing the women, you're like, damn, I never looked at her like that before. But she's looking at him also because he's already exhibiting these masculine qualities that he just spent the last 12 years, developing, because he wanted to be visible to his dad. He wanted to be accepted by his older brother and his older brother's friends. And so it kind of works well, is what I'm trying to say. But when you take the father out the equation, and now this little boy spends all this time being sheltered by his mother, when he gets beat up, it's a different reaction now. It's, you boy, stop it. Let me separate you. That's not going to help. Now the older brother resents the younger brother because it's like he gets in trouble now for just being a boy and beating up his little brother, when that's natural. Right? Now he goes to school, and when he gets in with the other boys, now the mom steps in and she, oh no, who hit my baby? And oh no, I'm telling the teacher, the principal better do something. And he's getting all the wrong socializing, is what I'm saying. So now by the time he gets to liking girls now he's like, well, what do I do, mom? She's like, oh, be nice to the girl. Oh, I know, let's buy her flowers. Come on, get dressed. We're going to the store. We're going to get her something. What's her name? Bro, he's going down the wrong fucking path. Now that shit's not going to work, and he's not going to know why. But he's going to continue to keep going that way, expecting a different result, and he's not going to get it. So those are the dudes that are conditioned to lie to women. Because those are the dudes that are like, oh, let me not say that because it's going to upset her. Oh, let me not do this because girls don't like that. Right? Oh, my mom doesn't like when I do this. My sister doesn't like this. I have to do... And none of that is going to work for him. Because he's taking on feminine behaviors to try to get female validation. And the shit just doesn't fucking work. Right? But the part that he's not being told is it's not about what you do. It's about who you are when you do it. Because if a guy that she's attracted to was to do those things, she'd be pissed, and that being upset would equal obsession. Because now she's like, who does he think he is to talk to me like that? Now that's all she's thinking about. That's all she's talking about. You understand what I'm trying to say? Whereas when the unattractive guy does it, that's your cue to leave now. Now that's her justification for why she's going to ignore you now, and you're removed from her life because you're no longer pandering to her and her feelings. You weren't there because she wanted you to be there for you. You were there because you made her feel good about herself because you told her what she wanted to hear. So he's not understanding the reason why this woman's keeping you in your life, in her life. So it's a lot of mixed signals is what I'm trying to say. But hold on.
I just feel like over time, like light or whatever you say that's going on, it's gonna come to light. So like, let's just be honest from the jump.
Hmm. Somebody's asking the nationality of your man. So they're basically asking, is he a black man?
Of course, he's black.
She said, of course.
Of course.
So
Hey, I like what I like.
let me ask you that. Do you believe in this myth that black men are somehow inherently more masculine than non-black men?
They have a lot to carry. Just be like a black man in America, you have a lot more to carry. You have a lot more to worry about. And I think that shows in the way that they just interact, I guess. I don't know. It's just different. They have to worry about so much more, and there's so much more on their plate being a black man in America. That I do feel. I don't know. There's just a difference. I don't know how to put it.
Well, I always thought as a black man, well, what my granddaddy told me was, as a black man, you got to work twice as hard to be considered half as good. But you know, growing up, I was like, yeah, Dad, you also got to make it look cool.
Yeah, of course they do.
That's the part I put it like that. Also, on top of that, you got to make it look cool because, like, you think that being cool is like in your generation. You know what I'm saying? I knew the young kids, like, they thought that being cool was like a contemporary thing. Like we cool, like we're young. This is our generation. We're cool. But I had a strong relationship and connection with my grandparents, both my grandfathers. So I was always going through their photo albums and shit like that. So I had a different perspective because I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, they was way cooler than we are. Look at how they dress. Whoa, hold up.
There's too smooth.
Right, they pulling up with the suits and the thing, and you're looking at the letters that they wrote. It's like, damn, you was writing chick. This is what you was telling chicks. Grandpa was like, well, you have to. Sometimes you have to have a little romance because they like it. I'm like, God damn, that was just some Shakespeare on this shit right here. So, you know, I was like, they were a lot cooler than we are, and then also, you thinking maybe not the kids now, because the kids now they try to take on this image of being tough, but they don't even do no physical shit nowadays. Boy, please. But in the late 80s and the 90s, everybody thought that they was gangsters. They thought they were getting it in. But when I look at the generations that came before us, those was the real gangsters. They was really getting it in, right? They were really getting it in. Their honor really meant something. And they weren't about the guns and the weapons and all of that. That was way escalated. If it got to that point, then trust me, it was justified. They were more about that one-on-one fight, and I got to see this guy tomorrow, and everybody's going to know. It was just part of everyday life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see it how it seems like every generation kind of waters that down a little bit, more and more and more and more and more. And you don't see that anymore. But the point that I'm trying to make is, today we're taught to look at that as it's violence, and violence doesn't solve anything, and it needs to be removed and eradicated. And I'm thinking, well, hold on, because I'm looking at the character of the men that were in their 40s, that were in their 50s, and they were in their 60s. Those guys were getting into fistfights when they were young. They went through that phase. You see what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to figure out if this is what they look like on the other end. Are you sure you want to remove that from the recipe? Are you sure that wasn't essential to them getting to where they... You see what I'm trying to say?
I think it is. I think it is, like, having those... For me, I think shooting someone or killing someone is the easy way out. And I think it's kind of dumb, honestly, because nowadays you gonna get caught.
Well, it's emotional is what I'm saying, because when you look at it, majority of the time, what the person did wasn't something to kill them over.
Yeah.
And it would, and there would have been a learning lesson had it been a fist fight, and not even an abrupt, emotional, spur of the moment fist fight. I'm talking about You agree to terms. You invite each other. You say, all right, I tell you what, at this time, at this place,
Hmm.
I'm gonna see you. Everybody knows. Everybody's like, oh shit, shit, I'm gonna be there. What time?
I mean,
Okay.
that's. I remember when I was younger. That's how things went down. That's how girls
Right.
fought or guys fought. Or
Right.
like, all right, I'll see you after school at whatever
Yeah.
time,
It's
and
It's
we gonna.
contracted. It's a
Yep.
contractual agreement. Everybody
Hmm.
knows to be in attendance.
Yep. Yep.
The fight's gonna be fair. No hitting below the belt. No kicking in the nutsack. Oh my god. But the beauty of that is, when it was squashed, it was squashed.
Yeah.
When it was over, it was over. And everybody got to respect everybody. The guy that lost, he still was respected.
Yeah.
So now it's really different. So I'm just looking at all of these things and I'm thinking to myself, well, you said your guy is traditional, he's old school. And I feel like that's extremely necessary because a lot of these guys are talking about, should they marry women? Are women even marriage material nowadays? And guys don't realize when you ask me questions like that, I'm already disconnecting from your question. And I'm asking a completely different question. So when guys hit me up and they ask that question, I'm not thinking about women. I'm thinking about them. I'm looking at them. I'm like,
Yep.
are you husband material? Do you have what it takes to lead a marriage?
I definitely think it goes both ways. Like just as
Right.
much as it could be a woman, it could be a man as well.
Mm.
And are you there? Are you ready to be the head of the household? Are you
Exactly.
ready to
That's what I'm trying to say. And I think a lot of these guys are asking the wrong fucking question. Or at least they're asking a question that's secondary. It's like, bro, a lot of these
Yeah.
dudes is like they over here talking about, oh man, I feel like all the girls nowadays are thoughts. These girls aren't girlfriend material and they're not wife material. I'm like, motherfucker, you aren't boyfriend material. You aren't husband material. You're
Hmm.
not. And and I don't know how we can get you there because this isn't some shit you learn in adulthood. This is some shit you learn when you're a kid.
But also, like, you have to be honest with yourself.
Mm.
You definitely have to be honest with yourself and understand that, like, man, I got some things I need to work on. For me, how am I to get married if I'm not ready to work on myself or not ready to come to terms that, you know what, maybe, Erica, you have to be more gentle. Because Lord knows I wasn't that gentle or I wasn't that nice. I was super blunt and, like, I didn't care about your feelings, this and that. But I was like, you know what, if I want to get married, and if I'm really like messing with this man, I might want to be a little bit more nicer and feminine. It's just things I had to work on, and I had to be honest with myself.
But was he making any complaints though?
Uh, we were butting heads, so I wouldn't say complaints, but he did definitely let me know, like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't know how to put it. He's like, what is wrong with you? Like,
What
why
is
are you
wrong
like
with you?
this? I'm like, maybe there is something wrong with me. And I had to self-reflect.
Mm. No, but I mean, listen, that's good. The question is that does it take a guy being worth it for a woman to do that soul searching, or how do we get women to already be doing that prior to meeting the guy, so that they could, get themselves, ready and worthy? Because that's the mindset that I want the guys to have. I want the mindset of let's
I would
prepare
say a little bit of
ourselves.
both.
Mm.
A little bit of both. Because I think my father wasn't there. My mom didn't get engaged again, or there was no father figure there for me. I had to learn that it's okay to be, woman, like a lady. Like, I didn't understand that it's okay for us to let our guard down. So I was like ready to fight. I was like, no, you ain't telling me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want because that's what I
Oh,
see from my
okay.
mom.
So you weren't
Had to be right.
you weren't ready to be, or you weren't used to being protected.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that's a problem with a lot of black women, is that they aren't used to being protected.
Yep.
They're not used to being protected, so
But
they don't
for
expect it.
those who, yep, for those who have like both parents, I would say, and everything's going fine, that those girls' daughters are ahead of the game when it comes to I would say be submissive, being submissive to their man, or like being okay with being protected by a man. So they're ahead of the game. They were definitely ahead of the game for me. I wouldn't say I was wife material beforehand, but I think I am now. I am much further in progress than I am now.
Wait, real quick. I need to make a request in the chat. So I'm looking at my analytics, and I'm 14,913 subs. I don't like it. Right now, everybody share my shit. Send my shit to someone else. Tell somebody to sub. Goddammit. Let's get to 15,000 subs now. I'm impatient. I don't like.
Some more questions. I need more
yeah.
people, more questions.
I don't like odd numbers. I don't like odd numbers at all. I need this to be 15,000 even, so then I can prepare to complain about that. So hold on, we got a super chat in here for $6.99. Oh well, it says hardest working brother. Well, I appreciate that, man, and I still pale in comparison to my forefathers. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. My elders worked a hell of a lot harder than me, so I'm a lazy son of a bitch compared to them. But appreciate it. Let me see if I see any questions in here for you, though. Yeah, you guys are acting shy. You guys are acting shy, and I brought her on here. So, okay, so I titled it that you were going to be giving tips on how to attract, date, wife up, and even marry a model, because a lot of these guys are fixated on these IG models. And I mean, I think you're super hot. I respect that you're engaged, and I like it because it makes sense. I feel like if you weren't, it'd just be a waste. And I see a lot of waste. I see a lot of gorgeous women out there, and I'm like, you know what? What a waste. Because
There's smoke and mirrors. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't look like this, or even like my pictures 95% of the time. It is all smoke and mirrors and angles. I don't even know if I look like that on like in real life.
Listen, I snapped on somebody earlier because they commented it and said, wait, what is, you know what? I'm gonna read the comment because I don't like to misquote shit. And he pissed me off with with the comment that he made because, yeah. So what did it say? Let me look at the comment real quick because I want to tell you exactly what he said. Okay, yeah. Really a model? She's far from being a model. If you really want to see models, come to New York and notice that the rich old guys are walking around Billionaires Row, and 56 to 59, those women certainly don't look like this. So, you know, the chat had to get on him.
I don't know what that means.
What he's trying to say is that you don't look like the models in New York that the billionaires be with. So he's trying to say that's honestly, what models really look like.
For real, me personally, I don't consider myself a model.
But time out. Hold on? Have you ever received income for modeling?
Yes.
Okay, I respect definitions. I respect etymology and definitions of words. So if you're paid to take pictures, you are by definition a model. So the guys in the chat said, okay, she's still above average, even if she isn't a supermodel. This still applies to pretty women. What's your point? You're a Nancy. Another guy says, you summed up how these men get those models in NYC. Step 1, be a billionaire. This video will be realistic and avoid step 1, you fucking genius. So this is what I said to him. I said, she's far from a model, but she gets paid to model. And you aim to date which model? Like, in other words, I'm asking him, so what model have you dated? So then I said, what model have you hired? And who have you modeled for? So if you're not answering any of these questions, then what qualifies you to be an expert on models? So I said, only dudes that haven't been with models make comments like this. So congratulations, you've exposed yourself. That you've never had an above average female. And that's what this interview is about. So quit hating, tune in, and you might actually learn something that you're not going to apply anyway. At least we know there are men out here without billions of dollars that are dating women you never will. So, yeah. So what I wanted to.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So what I wanted to ask you is, like, what do you think are the traits, right, that men have that would attract women that are in a position similar to yours where they're garnishing a lot of constant attention. There are a lot of men that are like making all these promises in the DM. You're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous, I will do this for you, I will do that for you. What do you think are the standout qualities about guys that kind of cut that butter and get a woman's attention?
Like I said before, it's just the honesty and being for real from the jump. I can't tell you how many guys have lied or like just not fabricated, but just like blew things up like it wasn't how it is real. Like just be real with me. And I don't know if that's just me as a person that I love honesty, but like if you're looking to just have sex with somebody, all right, go ahead, lie to them. But if you're looking for something real and something genuine to build on, you need to be your real self, because at one point in the time, like going forward,
Yeah, they're gonna find
you're
out.
gonna slip up. Yeah, you're gonna slip up and you're gonna stop doing the things you did to get her, because that wasn't really you.
Yeah, I agree. Hey,
It depends.
that's
Whatever you're looking for. If you're just trying to have sex, that's cool. Gas
mm-hmm.
her up, lie to her, because you're getting that one thing. But if you're looking for a future, you gotta be honest, and you got to be honest not only with her but yourself as well.
Yeah, that is bound to happen. So you think honesty is one of those things,
It's big.
right?
It's,
Okay,
for me, it's way up there.
but I feel like that has to come after the fact because there has to be something like I guess physical about this guy or status wise maybe
Oh,
that might
he's.
get their attention. But I don't know. I'm guessing because I
Mhm.
have met women that are like in the public eye somewhat, or they are high status, or they have a big following or whatever, but they themselves are actually extremely shy, and actually don't value that. They just keep up with it because it's like, yo, this is how I make my money. So it's kind of like someone that goes to work and hates their job. It's similar to them. They're like, yo, I really don't want to have to post. I really don't want to have to be on Instagram, but this is how I'm making my money right now. So shit, I got to do this. And they might actually be attracted to a guy who's probably low key, who might not even be in the public eye or have a status or anything like that.
Well, at least for him, he is hard to miss. He is 6'8".
No.
So he is,
Uh
yeah,
oh.
he is 6'8". He
So
is tall as
you
hell.
know what's funny? That's all people are gonna hear. They're gonna be like, oh, see, that's what it is because he's tall. But they're gonna skip over the part where you said that he treats you well. They're gonna like forget that part. They're like, oh, he's
Oh my
six.
goodness. That's the only thing that kept him. Look, I promise you, if he didn't keep me, or he didn't treat me well, it was not gonna work out.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of tall guys, bro, that are like they have multiple women or whatever. So the fact that he's tall and he wants to commit, I think that actually would set him apart. That's a little bit different there because you're not basically chasing the alpha. You've secured him. So maybe this should be about you giving women advice because the women are the ones that need to figure out how you did what you did, right?
So I would say what attracted me is not what kept me. People are
Mm,
attracted for many different reasons.
mm.
They're like, oh, I like girls are this, and this. But, is there more? So I dated around. I didn't always go for, like, I've dated Hispanic guys, I dated black guys. I
Mm.
haven't dated any white guys, but that's just me. Growing up, let me explain. Give
What's
me a
going
second.
on, white guys? Because there are some white guys that's getting hella play. So, guys, don't be acting like don't be acting like white guys don't get girls. Go to Texas, they get girls.
They do. They,
Yeah,
they,
they
they
get
do.
girls.
But for me growing up, white guys didn't like me. They
Mm.
didn't like thicker women. So I'm like,
Mm.
I like them, and they didn't give me the time of day. So I'm like, bump y'all. I'm good.
I heard
Go
that
get me
before. I've
later.
heard that many times. There'd be white girls that are thick, wide hips, and they only mess with black dudes. And people think that was their initial preference, but when you talk to them, they're like, "Yo, all the white guys were. They thought I was fat."
Back,
Yeah.
back in the day, that wasn't the thing. But now
Mm.
it's the thing to be thick. But back in the day, you had to be super skinny,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that was not me.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, okay, what do you think it is about you that made him want to commit though? Because I think that's more of the enigma. Because if he's 6'8", well, damn, that's a hell of a lot of options. All the women want these tall ass dudes,
Yeah.
and a lot of younger women too. So, what made him say, okay, I'm gonna go with a chick that's 27, that's got an independent streak, that's been to the military. So what made him pick that over all the other options that he clearly has on paper?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what he
Mm.
said my personality, and I think my personality is spicy, so it's not everyone's cup of tea. And that I was financially stable. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, I guess he dated a lot of women who were dependent upon him, and someone who was independent and actually
Ah.
wanted him to be there. Like, I honestly don't need you to be there, but I want you to be there, and that want is very strong. Like, very, very strong. If
Yeah,
that makes
but
sense. I'm
but but
myself
also
uncompromised.
also was it maybe the challenge, because you might have been more of a challenge, like, oh man, I gotta,
Probably,
you know what I
probably.
mean?
Not that.
Maybe a lot of the other girls were too easy, and he was like, all right, you know what I mean? I feel like this chick ain't even making me work. She just whipped me for what I got and what I look like and how tall I am.
Yeah, I
So that
think
could be it too.
he has mentioned that that a lot of women wanted him for his height or that he played basketball. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I was like, bro, honestly, I have dated people who were pro athletes. I have dated pro athletes. I don't care how much money you make, and I don't care like your status. That that
Well, I
does
mean,
does not
it
affect me.
has to factor in at some point, though. I mean, it has to.
Yeah, yeah. So that's gonna my initial attraction. Like, oh yeah, you know what? You do this and this. That's what my initial attraction is. But that's not what's gonna keep me. Like, I don't
Right.
care at the end of the day you making all these millions. If you treat me like crap, why the hell I want to be with you? But
Well,
that's just me. Like, I keep
I
some
don't
women.
know. There's some girls that don't give a shit about that. They're like, treat me however, just keep me in the Rolls Royce.
Hell
Keep this bag, over my shoulder. Keep these Louis Vuittons
no,
on my
girl.
feet, and
Yeah, girls are like that.
I don't really care how you treat me, because.
But for me, personally, you ain't gonna treat me like crap. You ain't gonna treat me like shit. Like that's a no go.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about babies, because I like babies. Well, somebody's asking. Booker Eli is like, yo, ask her. Is it true that military women cheat on their husbands, and also married military men cheat on theirs? So really, Booker Eli, you came in late, because that's like one of the first things that she mentioned. So I'll answer it for her. Yes.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Um, so yeah, so we're still waiting on some more super chats here. She remind of a model. I can't remember the name though. A lot of pretty women mentioned that the guy had to be financially right. Wait, did you mention that guys have to be financially right?
You just have to be willing and open to change. So like I am very financially headstrong and I guess educated.
Mm.
So when I met him, he was not. However, he was willing to get better with the finances. I just
Mm.
need you to be willing and open
So
to
wait, so
learn
oh, so you say
to learn.
he began making more money when he was with you.
I wouldn't say make more money, but make financially sound.
Or managing money better is what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
Okay, well, there he goes.
Oh,
6'8" himself.
there you go. There you go. We talking about you, bro. We talking about you. Okay, so that's one of the things to duly note when women keep asking what can they do to bring value to a man's life, and they come up with blanks. Helping a man manage his money well, I think, is definitely a sign of a good woman, because most women are the opposite. They're the ones that are irresponsible with the money and fucking his money up, rather than helping him manage his paper. But real quick, Chris, he's saying he's trying to figure out what the topic is. So basically, we're just trying to understand, what made her decide to be in a committed relationship and get married, being that she is not only attractive but independent. So what is it that allows one man to basically lock it down and take it off the market like we did back in the day? So that's the questions that you should be asking. So go ahead, get your questions together. Um,
Good question. So I seen that they say I'm capping because I said like finances or no money is not a factor. For me, let me clarify. For me, I don't care if you make millions of dollars. If you treat me like shit, I ain't gonna stay. I can, at the end of the day, I feel like I can make enough money to make me satisfied and happy, that I don't need to stay with you just because you make money.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Hopefully you guys can understand that. And I don't need someone who makes crazy amount of money, because I think if we both start from like a same level, we can build. I'm trying to build with somebody. I'm not trying to be with somebody who already has everything put together. If we want to talk about it, I don't think I'm deserving. So like me having that, what does?
Oh no. I say exactly what you're trying to say. I try to explain this to my woman. It's like, listen, when a guy is in the, the building phase, you're basically coming in on the ground level. You have an opportunity to basically earn your position, to earn his loyalty. In the sense of when he makes his money, now you're entitled to him sharing these resources with you because you were there while he was working on acquiring them. Whereas most women want to just come in and spend up shit and enjoy shit. And it's like, where the fuck was you when I was shooting in the gym? Where were you? Where were you when I was saving to invest?
Yeah, I can't. I am a person who wants to fix. So in my past relationships, I'm always trying to fix and trying to grow with somebody, or trying to better them. Like me telling you financial advice, or me giving you like tips and tricks on how to improve your credit score, for that matter. I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to build with you.
No, right. Build with you. I mean, the word you're looking for is continuity. Because what happens is, without continuity, people cannot appreciate you, and vice versa. Because, for example, if I become, successful, and then I meet a woman, she can't truly appreciate my journey and my progress and my accomplishment and establishment, because she doesn't know me prior to it. This is all she knows. She knows me as this.
And
so
that's another issue that I came across with people who are like pro athletes, is they think I'm there for the wrong reasons. And I'm not gonna be there trying to continue to assure you that I'm not here for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't have that energy.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
Right. You should be using your energy to help this motherfucker situate his retirement. Like, bruh, I'm trying to help you on the next phase of your career. You over here trying to have me prove some old shit to you. Like, motherfucker, you ain't gonna play ball forever. What are we gonna do after this?
Amen. That's what I'm saying. Amen. Yes, that's what I was trying to do.
Let me manage this money. Let me manage this money. So when you retire, we invested in real estate and all kind of other shit, and we good.
I got you.
We're good. You don't gotta beg for a sports commentator job that only goes to 2% of retired athletes. Like, motherfuckers act like that job's available to everyone. Motherfucker, there's 36 goddamn motherfuckers on the football team, and only one of them is gonna be a commentator when he retires and continue to talk about football for a living. Yeah. So yeah, I think that a lot of us young people, or this generation, is giving up the opportunities to build those bonds and those trusts that are unique. Because it's like, listen, if you look good, well, you can share that with anybody. Or if you got money, you can share that with anybody. But what's going to make that other person special? What's going to make that other person special is those little opportunities that you had to say, okay, she could have did this when I was down, but she didn't. She chose to do this instead. And I know that because it happened. It's not something she told me. It's something that she did. I experienced it. I witnessed it. I was there. That makes her different than everyone else. It's the same thing with the guy. She can say, oh, you know what? There was a time when he could have did this. There was a time he could have did that. There was a time that I didn't expect this from him, but he came through in a way that no other man did. So we have these opportunities. A lot of people blow those opportunities, not realizing how valuable they are, because how often do they come around? If you have a strong man, then the luxury opportunity is that once in a blue time when he needs you. That's the time when you're like, oh shit, I'm in. Put me in, coach. Oh yeah, motherfucker, you need me now. Now is the time where I could do something, and it's like, you know what I mean? But other than that, he hardly is going to need you, right? So I feel like women aren't looking for those guys. They're not looking for those guys that are ambitious, talented, disciplined, and success is inevitable, That's the
Yeah.
short bet that women should be jumping on. They'd be like, oh shit, this motherfucker isn't rich, but he look like he gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Girl, that's prime real estate. Yeah, because if you get on
Yes,
now,
yes, it is.
right, if you get on
And
now, he gonna be like, fuck y'all
mhm.
niggas, she was with me when I ain't have it. You see what I mean? Fuck y'all bitches. Where were you bitches when I ain't have it? She was there. She was by my side. So fuck y'all bitches.
Mhm.
And they're passing that opportunity up because they're too busy being like, oh nah, girl, he ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now what happens a year from now, 2 years from now, when you still on Tinder, you still swiping, and you run into him, and it's like, oh hey, that's you jumping out the Phantom.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
This man is gonna be an NBA referee. He's
Mm.
working on it. So, and I helped him. I made sure, like, look, I asked him questions like, "What you want to do in life? What brings you
Mm.
joy?" So, basketball, right? I was like, "All right, well, you can do this in basketball. This," and then now he's refereeing, and he's in the first steps of becoming an NBA referee. And I think that is important because I've been with him since he was in the Air Force, and now hey baby, now he's doing all these things and working towards something, and I am working with him towards it. If that makes sense, like we're building together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
These people say
yeah.
like,
See, like a lot of these guys, they don't understand. Like they don't. There's so much confusion in the chat. You know, I'm just looking at it, and it's like they think this shit
yeah, I
is
was just
cap.
looking at it too.
Yeah, it's like y'all think this shit is cap because you never had like real relationships like that, bro. You're not getting it. So it's like if she's telling you that she doesn't care about the amount of money, she cares more about how the money is managed. How the fuck is that cap? That is
Look,
fucking.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be with someone broke. You know
Mm.
what? What's the definition of broke? What are you saying is broke? Because we in the military make like what, $4,000 a month, something like that. It, I mean, that's. I don't know what your definition of broke is, but I'm not saying that's not a lot of money.
Yeah,
Four
that
thousand dollars a
right.
month.
It's not a lot of money, but it's far from broke. But here's the thing about that 4K a month. If you match that up with the right person, and your management skills, your money management skills are on point, your investment skills are on point, you can make that 8 grand a month really be something in the future. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what kills me about this community is you got a lot of young, inexperienced motherfuckers over here acting like they know something because someone else told them something. You don't know, bro. You don't got no hands on. You don't understand none of the shit that's being said. That's one thing I appreciated about my ex-wife is that she did not care about material shit. And you know how I know she didn't care about my fucking money? She never actually knew how much money I had. We were married and she never knew. She never knew how much money I had. She never knew how much money was in the safe. She didn't know where the safe was. She didn't know how to get in the safe. So for you to say that, in my mind, I'm not gonna, immediately go to that's cap because I had a woman like that. I was married to a woman like that. But see the young dude over here, amazing videos, that's gonna say that's cap, not caring about money. Yeah, it's cap to you. It's cap to you, brother, because you're not getting women and you're assuming
I
that it's because you
I
don't have money,
I
right?
care about money, and that's why I'm trying to save it and trying to invest it. Like what you
Mm.
have this second, I'm very long term thinking. So I'm trying to get real estate. We're moving to Atlanta, so we're buying a house. We're currently in the process of buying a house, and we're gonna keep the house. And then when we move somewhere else, guess what? We're gonna keep the house and we're gonna rent it out. I invest.
Make that
I
GI
have
loan work. Make it work.
look,
Make
look,
it
I
work.
got all of it. Like I'm
Mm.
trying to like progress. It's not that money is like, yes, attractive, and money, I'm not saying money doesn't matter. It's how you use it that matters, or how you're spending it that matters to me.
Yeah. Ask her where to find similar models like her. Models are on IG, bro. It's just a matter of reading pictures. I think a lot of people aren't good at reading people. They're not good at reading pictures. So when I look at the pictures of people on Instagram, I'm not looking at the similarities. I'm looking at the differences, the discrepancies. You can tell a lot about the type of pictures people post, their intent behind them. So not every model is, the average typical thought. There's a lot of different stuff going on. And a lot of these women actually are legitimate business women. The funny thing is, those are the ones that don't be just blurting out words like "I'm an entrepreneur" and "I'm a business owner."
Yeah.
Like they don't be throwing out them catchphrases, but they actually do be monetizing shit on the back end like a mug. They be invested like a mug. Other chicks be paying them money. You know what I'm saying? They got other women tied in a way that like the chicks are working for them. It's like you don't know, bro. You guys don't know. And the problem is these niggas in here fixated on the general populace, acting like that matters when you're looking for an individual. I don't know why y'all are so focused on what the majority of people are doing when you are only one person looking for individuals. How many fucking friends you need? How many women you trying to be with? So why are you worrying about what majority of people are doing? If that's the case, then that means you are average motherfucker. That's what that means. That means you a common ass, everyday ass person. If that's all your mind can grasp, because I don't feel like I'm like everyone else. So that way, I'm not concerned about everybody else. Because she taken, and if they not having the same mindset as her, they're not worth pursuing marriage. Well, that's the thing, is there's other women out there that are marriage, and she already told you she wasn't even thinking about marriage. So that means there's women out there that are marriage minded, and there's women out there that have the potential to be marriage
I'm
minded.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I was so sick of guys. I was so sick of dating. I was like, you know what? I just got out the Marines like a year. I've been out for a year. I'm like, I'm about to be a hoe. This is about to be my hoe phase. I'm gonna be like what every else girl is. Like, I'm gonna look for a sugar daddy. I'm gonna be a hoe. And then I found him. I was like, you know what? I take that back.
Yeah, I mean these dudes,
I
these
don't
don't
want
be
none
getting
of
it.
that.
Yeah, it's sad, man, how lost some of these dudes is, bro. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell them, y'all really don't get it, bro. Y'all don't get it. You're not getting the logic. It's like this is the same old story. I don't care about your money crap, and reality is much different. Hypocrites. It's like you don't even understand what she said, bro. But that's why you're not fit to lead. You're not fit to
It's not the
identify,
money.
nor are
No,
you fit to lead, brother. You don't fucking get it. Just don't cheat on her, lol. If he told her up front, he'd be good. So yeah, she just told you that they buying a house together, which means she has money in the dog race as well. She got skin in the game, ass. You're not fucking getting it. Oh man. Sounds like a bit of rare breed. Most women asking. Okay, so yeah, so I'm still waiting on some super chats. So yeah, I am actually gonna ignore most of this, but it is entertaining. Um, I can find energy. Yeah, so there was something else I was gonna ask you. It's gonna come to me here in a second. Oh yeah, the children. You didn't answer my question about the babies. When are you making babies?
when we're making babies, oh, so I have a few things that I want to do, which is deploy. I was never allotted the opportunity to deploy when I was in the Marines, but I have gone overseas. So I'm deploying in July. I'm going to Jordan, and that was one of the things that I've always wanted. I always thought I was going to deploy when I joined the military. So that is one thing. Another
Mm.
thing that I just recently did was sniper school. I wanted to go to sniper school, and I just did that last year. And I do want to go to another course, a sniper course. And so I have a few things that I want to take care of. I would say in about maybe 4 years, I'll reconsider and start thinking about family, because I want the house. I mean, we're going to get a house, so that there's a few things that I want for sure. I want to be set in stone. We're getting married in 23. I want that to happen. And I want to enjoy our marriage and then start bringing kids into it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That baby thing is tough, man. I mean, I definitely want them, but the timing, everything got to be right. It's just so much. But then again, maybe it don't. Maybe you just gotta
Yeah, it's
jump in and
apparently
make
I
the
have Holy
best of it.
Spirit. Yep,
Mm.
exactly.
You never know, man. Sometimes the mistake be the best mistake you ever made, and sometimes it's not. Yeah, sometimes it's just not a good. Sometimes it's just not a good look at all. Um, but yeah, hold on. But at the same time,
And
you
I'm
you you
definitely
aren't getting
looking
any
for.
younger though. So that's why I asked that question, because you're coming up on 30
I'm
before you
I'm
know it.
also looking to adopt. I want a big family,
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe have one, like physically, and then adopt maybe two kids. I feel like adoption is really. All right, love you. Adoption is really important to me. I wasn't adopted, and I have a few friends that were, but
Mm.
I don't know. It's really strong on my heart that I want to make sure that I am giving those kids a home that
Mm.
that they're not allotted, or like a loving family that they just can't get. And I
No,
want to
no,
be
no.
that
It's
person.
it's 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 G. It's G, man. Trust me. My godmother adopted 3 kids, and they thrive. I mean, well, they're all adults now, but they thrived, and I mean, you're saving lives when you do that. So I love it. I mean, she had three kids of her own and adopted three kids. So it's like, good lord, you
Oh,
know,
that's
she, yeah,
awesome.
and I mean, her husband was with it, so it's like, all right, you know, so yeah, this is a beautiful thing. I'm not mad at it at all. You know, and it's something I've talked about with mine. You know, it could happen if it has to happen because some women they might not even be able to have children. It's like that's not a deal
Right.
breaker. That just
Hmm.
means that you got to go shop for something that look just like what you would have got. Because it's like, all right, now we got to find a baby that's Puerto Rican and Jamaican. All right, come on, let's go. I'm sure we'll find it on Google somehow. They sell anything.
Uh-huh.
You can buy anything. You can buy a kidney.
Right.
So I'm sure somebody is selling a half Jamaican, a half Puerto Rican baby. You gotta find it. You
Oh
know,
my goodness. Yes.
get your
Yes.
get
I
your
love it.
Google on. Did you check Amazon? You check Amazon Prime for a baby. You know, they're selling. I probably shouldn't even make that joke. I was like, they're selling kids because they sell them for other things. So, so they're selling kids.
We don't need to. This is not the podcast.
Yeah, we
This
don't
is
get
not
into that. But the
we're
point
not
is,
this live.
if you want to buy it, somebody's selling it. Oh man, Ayinde, you twisted what I said. All I'm saying is you need money. All right, amazing videos. Let me explain something to you. Right, you can't twist what someone said if you read what they wrote. What the fuck? I'm not gonna twist what you said and I read your comment. God damn it! Just because it didn't make any sense, don't try to blame it on me. You think every fucking woman is capping? And cap for what? That's the funny thing. What would she be capping for? I don't know, bro. These
I
dudes.
got a man. I'm
That's what I'm
good.
trying to say. She got her own money. She got a man, and she got access to his money. What's the cap for? These dudes, I don't know what to do, bro. Because this is the thing. You got people that need help, that want help, and you got people that need help that don't want the help. So, it is what it is. Throw them in the right bin and call it a day. A lot of these dudes, they just accepted not getting the results that they want, and they'd rather put energy into making excuses. And I get it. For me, it's frustrating just simply because I'm the opposite. And I've been the opposite of that my entire life. My entire life, I've had an issue with no. When people tell me no, my mind is already thinking, maybe no for you, fuckface. I'm going to figure this out. There's a way. If I move this like this, and I do this, and I carry the one and divide this by, there's a way. And my
There is
persistence
always
has
a
paid
way.
off. Right. My persistence has paid off in life. And I learned at a young age not to accept other people's no's because as a kid, adults would tell me no and I would find a way. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't even rub it in their face. They would have to find out another way. And the amount of adults that had to come to me and was like,
Yeah, you were on something.
I got to give it to
You were
you.
onto it.
You found a way to get what you wanted. You found a way to get the results you wanted. Um, you know, so that was my experience in life. Is that I'm not going to accept no until I exhaust myself trying different possibilities. So these guys want to tell themselves all women only care about money, and all women only want tall guys, and it's like the energy that
Let
you're.
me just say, I've dated around. Like I said before, I
Yeah.
have dated people that I'm not actually physically attracted to, but they're like funny. Or I dated guys who are really handsome and just not. I don't know. I've dated around. I've dated my fair share of people. I didn't always date people who I was physically attracted to or people who had money. I dated people who don't have money. Like it's for me. I was trying to find out what I like or what I wanted. And
Mm,
I noticed that just because I like something or I find something pleasing is not for me. It's not what I want. It's not fulfilling. So I don't know. Money, you guys keep saying money is everything or money is a big factor. Money is a factor. But like I said before, it's how like what you do with it. I'm not speaking for every woman. I'm just speaking what's good for me and what's worked for
mm-hmm.
me.
Okay, so I think this is connected. I think this is super chat. Say this is a $20 super chat, and what he's saying is, I'm just off. Wait, I'm just going off of what I heard, and I came in late, but I haven't heard anything new from this female about relationships that I haven't already heard. I'll go back and watch, but saying I'm not fit to lead is uh, baseless. Okay, yeah. If you're concerned about the things that you were mentioning, yeah, that would make you not fit to lead. Because if you were, you wouldn't be worrying about those things. You would lead the woman out of those things. Come on, bro.
Well,
Come on, bro.
tell me what makes a man like to lead? Like I can't tell you what he does like per se, but what do you think makes a man a leader or like the head of a
Mm.
household?
Oh yeah, okay. So first of all, a leader is doing everything with purpose. A leader is not playing anything by ear. They're not just like, going with it, what happens, and then adjusting to whatever happened and reacting to whatever happened. A leader is already going in a direction. A direction. This is what I'm trying to do. This is the goal, right? This is the aim, right? And I have to figure out how to not only apply myself to the best of my ability, but also encourage the other people involved to stay focused and do the same. I have to go first. I have to be the one to take the risk, right? I have to be the one to put myself out there because I'm in the front. I'm leading. Okay? So having the plan, having direction, okay, being able to admit when you're wrong, but then also find the solution, figure out how we're going to fix it, be able to get the best out of everyone else, and to be able to put the most accountability and pressure on yourself first and foremost before you start trying to hold everyone else accountable. So there's a lot going on with that, and the fact that these guys are like so butthurt about what I said, that's not leadership at all either. So again, all you're doing is exposing yourself, because if that was the case, you would have just laughed and been like, you must not be talking to me because I lead on a daily basis. See, that's another thing. A lot of motherfuckers be thinking that somehow they can lead or whatever. Guess what, buddy? If you were a leader, you'd already be leading. That's the thing. So, and that goes with women as well. A lot of guys is wondering why they struggle to get some type of cooperation from their woman, because she's never seen you lead shit. She's never seen you lead anything. Just because she doesn't verbalize it to you, that's what it is. So if you're not like leading your colleagues in the workplace, if you're not leading anybody on like a team, you're not. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I was just about to say that. I think
what are your
in the
credentials?
military, yeah,
Right.
in the military, it's like you learn how to lead or how to start running things, and like I can say that's a good part of a lot of military men have some type of experience leading. Maybe not directly a relationship, but they have some experience. I mean, he was Air Force active duty, so he does have that experience of running his shop and all that good stuff. Now it was just us translating it into a relationship.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, I don't know, man. These guys are really funny, bro. But it's like you get mad all you want, bro. I'm here trying to help men in general. You can disqualify yourself at any time. I literally couldn't care less. Like I couldn't possibly care less about dudes who aren't gonna make whatever adjustment is necessary. If tone offends you and shaming language is your go-to, bro, I don't fucking want you here anyway. Please leave as soon as possible and take all the guys like you with you. Go, bye. Because just like she said, she ain't caught up and concerned with the money. I'm not caught up and concerned with followers, bro. If I was, I would pander to you. You're not fucking getting it, bro. You're not getting it. And my tone, by me coming like that, it's a really good way to cut the fat. It works very effectively. Because the dudes that can't handle it, they expose themselves immediately. So we can get you out of there. Oh, I smell bitch in you. There it go. There it goes. We drew the bitch out. Now we know where it's at. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. So I don't know why these dudes be thinking like this shit is like not strategic, bro. I just told you that leaders move with a purpose. Okay? They move calculated. They're trying to do something with everything that they do. So hold on. There was another good question in here for you. Somebody was asking, do you hang out with mostly married women or single women?
So my two like best girlfriends ever are both married. Um, but I mainly like most of my friends are guys, which I'm in the military, so and I'm like an MP, military police. So most of my friends are guys. But my two best girlfriends are both Marines, and I met them when I was in Marines, and they're both married.
Okay, good. So the circle is right. Yeah, she didn't exactly say money don't matter, man. Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know. These dudes are just funny to me, man. I don't know. It's kind of laughable, bro. It really is.
Yeah, I said like when I was saying like the like pro athletes, yeah, your money doesn't matter to me. It might have been attractive, but what's unattractive is how you're spending it aimlessly. Like that's
Yeah, but see,
bro,
you see, you see, but the problem with these dudes is they don't actually experience any of these things, bro. They just repeat shit verbatim, that they've seen, heard, read, or whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, first of all, if you had any experience with it, you would know that the women that care about the money Those are the women that fuck with the athletes, and they don't care if he cheats. They don't care how many bastard children he has all over the place. They accept and tolerate anything because they're just trying to get pregnant by him so that they can get the check every month. These guys do not know how to read behavior. They don't know how to interpret anything because they're not living off experience. It's not locks, right? That's not what they're living off of. They're living off of content.
I can't take that.
Right.
We were not about to go there. I'll kill somebody. I'll cut somebody. We are not about to do that.
No, these guys are living off content, not living off experience, bro. So I don't care. Be in your feelings if you want, bro. I've already experienced it. I've already experienced hoeing around. I already experienced pimping. I already experienced being married and committed. Like, what the fuck? I already experienced being a stepdad. You can't tell me shit, motherfucker. You over here reading something. I'm over here living something. Authentic Alpha's looking at so many of your videos lately. Do you think renting cars is valuable, or are these all your own vehicles on early videos? Bro, I don't own any vehicles. Well, actually, I'm lying. I do have a couple of vehicles, but that's besides the point. What it is that I know how to network my ass off. So I already got 3 homeboys that rent cars. So if I need a car, I can get that damn car. And then one of my homeboys that rents cars, he might only have a handful of cars, but who he works with, they have like multiple dozens of cars. So it doesn't matter if I need like a Maybach, a Bentley.
So by chance, do you do Turo?
No, I don't.
So
I don't. But what I'm saying is they do. So like I was just with my boy yesterday, and I was like, yo, I need to film my intro. Like, what's up with the G-Wagon? He's like, just let me know when. I'm like, that's what's up, my nigga. I love you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? The other buddy got the McLaren. The other buddy got... So it's not a, it's not a big deal. And me personally, I don't really care about material shit like that. Like, I got that out of my system such a long time ago. I just really don't give a fuck, man. I really don't. And I'm the type of dude, I don't like being owned. And what I've experienced is that material shit owns you. When you have expensive shit, now that shit owns you. You got to be accountable for it. When I travel, I got to be looking on bird's eye view. How is my car? What's my car doing? Is everything okay with my car? It's just too much, bro. When you have jewelry, you have to make sure you don't misplace it. You got to make sure you're not going to get robbed. You got to carry your fucking toolie with you just because you're wearing your bracelet and your watch and your ring. Bro, after I had $10,000 worth of jewelry stolen out of my car, I just was like, yo, I never replaced it. I just told myself, you know what? Wearing jewelry is feminine anyway. And when I got all of that shit, it was at a different time in my life where it was important to me. I don't regret it. I'm just saying I moved on from it. And I see so many other dudes are still in that phase. There's dudes out here doing the podcast, and as soon as they get some bread, they can't wait to go get the Lambo. Okay? And that's what niggas told me. It's not that I'm assuming. I'm not, trying to guess a nigga's mindset or whatever. A nigga told me I can't wait to get the Lambo, and this is why. Because when you have the Lambo, people are going to treat you like this, and that, and that's how people know you got money, is when you got a Lambo. It's like that's
cool.
Your reason?
Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like, be my guest.
Well, hold on. Because that's not what you like. Because I know guys...
That's not what I like.
No. What I'm saying is, that particular guy, it wasn't about him. It was about how other people would perceive him. Because before he was trying to save up to buy these cars, he was renting cars, and he was solely renting them for the perception of others. So now here's the thing, though. There's a balance to that. Because if you're trying to start a certain business, you're trying to create a certain fan base or a certain clientele base, you have to present a certain image. Some people will call it fake it before you make it. That's what some people will call it. Right. Some people will call it that or whatever. But then when you're genuinely trying to buy shit because of how people are going to value or look at you or feel about you and all this kind of shit, it's like, bro, you're putting way too much value in what other people fucking think. If you got the money to buy that Lambo, but you don't want that Lambo, it doesn't matter if it requires you to buy the Lambo for people to understand that you can't afford the Lambo. Because I've spoken to many bitches that be like, oh, you're cheap. And it's like, hold on, ho. There's a difference between being cheap and knowing how to manage money.
I coupon.
Right. If I have to spend this money in order for you to believe that I have this money, that means that your thinking is beneath my thinking. So why would I value your logic over my logic when to me you're a fucking idiot? So that's the thing. But then I know guys that they literally make sure that they got so much money they can afford the frivolous shit that they like. I know guys that collect supercars and shit like that because they genuinely love that shit. Yep. They love that car. They don't care if nobody in the world sees them in that car. They don't care if nobody understands how much that car costs. It's something that they're doing for themselves. Just like there's dudes that are obsessed with bodybuilding for themselves, not because of how people see them. They will literally put on layers of clothes and hoodies and try to hide everything because they don't want people to see, what they're working with. You understand what I'm saying? But their body is immaculate. It's to the extreme. And the only person that they want to see them is themselves. Right? So people do different things for different reasons. The thing is that some things they have no fucking merit in the reason. Other things there's a lot of merit in it. There's people that get married simply because their family wants them to and what people think. And I'm this age, I should be married by now. But they don't actually want to be married. And then there's other people who, regardless of what everybody else is saying, that's the relationship they want. Like some dude in here is going to say, what is wrong with these men wanting marriage anyway? Why would you want to marry these thoughts? And it's like, bro, if you don't see the value of marriage and you don't get it, whatever. But
I mean, who wants to marry a thought? Like, unless if that's what you want, but that's not the goal. Is to marry some hoe. It's for you to look and find what pleases you.
There's a guy out there that wants that though.
Well, as long as you're honest with yourself.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying it's normal or it's supposed to be the in thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I condone it. I'm not saying I relate to it or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that I know for a fact there are guys out there that they're like, yeah, that wholesome, innocent girl, I don't want that girl. That's not what I want. I want the slut. I want the thought. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what turns them on. That's what they're interested in. So just like there's some girl out there who genuinely wants the nice guy. There's a girl out there that genuinely wants some inexperienced nice guy. So that's what I'm saying. To each his own. People got to stop being worried about. People got to stop worrying about what the majority is doing. This is how we've gotten so corrupted in the first place, is worrying about what the majority is doing. That's why so many people are doing what's not working for them, because they're too busy thinking, yeah, but that's what most people are doing. Yeah, but it's not working for them either. Look how many girls is jumping on OnlyFans and they proud as hell of it. And it's like, when I speak to girls, majority of chicks are not even making anything significant on OnlyFans. It's actually sad, because the perception of it is, oh yeah, they on OnlyFans because of that money. It's like, this bitch is on OnlyFans making $2,000 a month. That's what the average chick on OnlyFans is making $1,000 a month, and that's hella content. That's having to be consistent on it. $1,000 ain't shit. $1,000 ain't worth all of that. I'm sorry, $1,000 is not worth all of that. This motherfucker's on YouTube making $1,000 and they ain't got to show their ass and their coochie. So, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely overkill. But don't get me wrong, I also know chicks that have made over $1 million. There's girls that are sitting on 3.5 mil from OnlyFans. You see what I'm trying to say? But the perception is like the girls that be on OnlyFans be making mad money, and that is not the case. There's so many girls on OnlyFans, and the ones that are making $5,000 or more are in the top 15%. Like what I'm trying to say is accurate. I'm not guesstimating. Like that's how OnlyFans system works. They have it in tiers, a percentage. So that's why a girl can tell you I'm in the 1%, or I'm in the 5%, or I'm in the 10%. So the girls that are making $5,000 and more, they're in the 15%. I'm sorry. That means 85% of these bitches ain't making nowhere near what would be considered worth what they're doing, how much they're exposing themselves. And then here's the thing. We don't know how OnlyFans plays out 5 years later. You know why we don't know that? Because OnlyFans hasn't been around for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we don't know what it's like to be a mother of a 15-year-old and you were on OnlyFans at one point in time. We don't know what that's like. Okay? We don't know what it's like to be a married woman and your husband just now finding out that 10 years ago you were on OnlyFans. So
if she wasn't open and honest in the beginning, I'm sure that will not play out like that well.
Right, so it's like, okay, this woman's husband got leftovers. That's not a king. Well, first of all, who said he was a king? And second of all, how do you know that? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot.
That man is a king to me, and that's all that fucking matters.
There's a lot of speculation here, bro. This shit is really interesting. But it's just funny to me because the dude that says this is a dude that don't got a chick of his own. That's the shit that always kills me about it. Because niggas that got their own woman, they would never even make that comment. A dude that was engaged would not even make that comment. And here's another thing that modern day alphas obviously doesn't understand and needs to change that name immediately. There's nothing alpha about you. Because if you were a fiance, or if you were a husband, or if you were a father, or you had ever been married, you wouldn't be fucking talking like this because you would understand the respect you need to have for the next man. The fact that you have alphas in here, that's not alpha at all, brother. Because that's another question that I wanted to ask you. Matter of fact, so he serves a purpose now with his disrespect. What I wanted to ask you is, do you uh, experience a significant difference in the level of respect that you're shown by men now that you're engaged?
Um, so I don't know. So what do you mean, like, change? Like, what would you say? Like, give me an example.
Well, real men inherently understand that you have a different level of respect for women that are spoken for and women that are not. If a woman is in a relationship with a man, there's supposed to be a higher tier of respect. If she's engaged to that man, again, a higher tier of respect. And if she's married to that man, an even higher tier of respect. And if she's married to that man and has children with that man, then it's the highest tier of respect.
Yeah, so I would say most guys, when I say, sorry, I'm engaged, or I have a fiance, when I politely turn people down that had interest, most guys are gonna be like, oh, okay, my bad, I just thought you were beautiful, and they're very kind. But there are some guys who are persistent and try to say, oh, I'm just trying to be friends. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not naive. Like, I know you want more. Or they would be like, oh, we could be friends. You still give me your. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not stupid. I know you want more. If you came at me a certain way, I know that you want more. Like, no, we ain't playing that.
No, but I just think it's missing nowadays, bro. These guys out here, they don't know how to conduct themselves like men. And I mean, I get it. Nobody taught them, and they didn't witness real men and mirror them. Yeah, so like this guy's over here telling me, and read my name, bro, on the super chat. Okay, I don't even know what your name is. Anti-slob? That's what you want me to say? And that's rude, my guy? Okay, chill out with the shaming language because I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't remember what super chat and how did I not read your name. I start every super chat with the name. You dudes are way too sensitive, bro. Even if you have an issue with that, that's not the way you address it. Sit your little ass down. Let me see. There's something else I want to address in here. Yeah, so he's still going on and whining about it. You read my super chat and directly said I'm not fit to lead. Listen, bro, if I feel, okay, how I'm interpreting what you're saying, if that indicates to me that you're not fit to lead, I'm going to tell you because the honesty to me is more important than whatever your super chat was. Okay? First and foremost, get that straight. That's something that you're supposed to respect and appreciate, but you don't because you're not fit to lead. What the fuck?
I would think, like, honestly, let's be for real. Your opinion and, like, this conversation can be irrelevant. So if you say you're not fit to lead, I hope you don't take that to heart, because if you, like, you shouldn't, just me, I wouldn't value your opinion that much where it actually hurts my feelings. If
No,
you say I'm not
but
fit
if you
to
did,
lead,
but if you did, then you'd be using it as constructive criticism. Criticism is my
of course,
point, though. So you're defeating the purpose because if you care that much, then care to use it and make it beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. That's a conversation for later. If you wanna, ask some more questions and like give us examples, we'll definitely break it down if you value our opinion that much. If that makes sense to you.
See, yeah, like I don't know, man. I would rather be a decent person than bait for some variety of women that society holds up as valuable. I have always had conventionally beautiful women until I decided to go MGTOW. So I don't even understand what he's saying. How does society determine the value of women to you? You see what I'm trying to say? It's like, I don't know, man. I just can't relate to these guys' train of thought. Like, I wouldn't care what society was saying was valuable in women. All that matters is what I find valuable in a woman. I don't care if society says that feminism is what makes a woman valuable, or being strong and independent, or going and getting a degree. Like I wouldn't care. And if she fed into that belief system, again, why would I care? She just would be a woman that I wouldn't be with. She'd be invisible to me. I don't get it, bro. I'm not mad about this shit. I'm laughing, bro. All your terms that you used were angry terms, bro. I don't know. I don't know. here you go on a tangent. See, there you go with that feminine language again. I wasn't on a tangent, buddy, but I see you're really trying hard to like hurt my feelings, but you're not gonna do well with that, buddy. Shaming language isn't gonna work on me. And it's just funny because like who taught you that? Your mom, your aunt? Because that shit was never effective on the playground. It was never effective in the barber shop. It's not effective in the training drills. Like where did men use that on each other and it worked? Oh, let me shame him. Let me make him feel guilty. Let me make him feel bad about what he said because he was rude to me. When the fuck has that ever worked around real men? You guys are hilarious to me. That's how women get responses out of people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be telling you that, right? Because I'm offending you. I'm hurting your feelings. I'm not supposed to tell you that that's the only time I experienced that type of tactic is with chicks. Oh my God. You complained about your tone. You just talking, man. Okay, I didn't complain about my own tone. You're not making sense again. And I'm talking because this is my fucking channel. And here you are. Here you are. Here I am not watching you. But here you are watching me. You got them hard facts. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. And I'm telling you right now, the niggas that can take it, they gonna level up. That's the beautiful thing about it. Because every time a motherfucker's been hard with me, I leveled up. I
Yeah,
leveled up.
I agree. I agree. Like constructive criticism or even bluntness. For me, that's the best. That's the only way I know how to get better. Like for real, if we're I'm gonna go on a little tangent, I guess. Like this is kind of off topic, but
Feel
for
free.
motivation for me in the gym or if I'm running or if I'm doing something, I don't want the motivation of like, oh yeah, you could do it, yes, yay, you're almost there. No, I need you to be real. Like, look, get your ass up and let's go. Like I need that type of that's my type of motivation. That's type of my
Mm.
language. That's what gets me going. So I need like the bluntness. I need directness. That's not for all women, as we all know. But for me, that's I need.
Yeah.
I need. Yeah.
Nicholas makes a good point. If a woman is surrounded by high earnings, what it comes down to is things that money can't buy. Exactly. Those are the things that become important. And for the record, the girls that are like obsessed with money and all that type of stuff are the girls who didn't have it, don't have it, can't get it on their own, and they're addicted to luxury. So they aren't actually that valuable and they aren't accustomed to that lifestyle. So that's why they're so addicted to it in the spurts or in the dosages that they can get it. Because if they can't get it from someone else, then it's not going to happen. And then they fall off and then they're not consistent and they don't got nothing to post on their story. So, I mean, that's how that flows. But you guys got to stop thinking that all this shit is so one-sided when really what you should be doing is learning how to identify it so you can avoid it and find the qualities that actually matter. Like, for example, the thing I would ask you, right, is like in your relationship, do you feel like you're a woman that the things that you say to your man actually have value? Like he can actually say, like, my woman is right about certain things. Like her input is actually valuable
He
and
says that all
useful.
the time. He was like, "Why are you always right?" For me, because I'm very like a deep thinker and I'm really good at like solving problems, I guess. He's always like, "Why are you always right all the time?" Which I don't think I am, but that's what he says, and that's our ongoing joke. That my opinion and my input does matter. I feel like with him because we have that open dialogue. Like for him, if he feels something
Hmm.
strongly about something or has an opinion on something, I'm gonna listen because that's my dog. Like that's my best friend. Of course, I'm gonna listen to you when you have an issue or you have like a solution. We're gonna do this together. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, because that's value right there, right? And it also takes a
Yeah.
strong man to be able to listen to his woman and acknowledge and accept that, yo, she be right, she be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for that not to be a blow to his ego. Real quick, Primal.
It was at first.
Let me
It
let
was at first.
let me shout out Primal Studios real quick. What's up, my dude? I see Primal in here. But let's keep it 100. A lot of dudes with expensive cars are up to their eyeballs in loans and debt. See, that's the thing. Primal is one of those dudes that he understands how to manage money. He understands how to invest money, how to manage money, how he should be spending money, how to be patient, delayed gratification. And I think he picked probably, well,
Yes.
I'm guessing if I say he picked up a lot of that in the military, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I know he's a dude with a lot of self-discipline. So I mean, those type of traits go a long way. And real quick, I'm gonna defend an enemy real quick because integrity is important to me. So I don't say shit that isn't true. I don't give a fuck if it's someone I don't like. So Amazing Videos is in here saying, like, Fresh is one of those guys going broke to look rich. A comment from Original 20, and absolutely not. I've already told you, motherfuckers. One thing about Myron and Fresh, I don't care how much I don't like those guys. Those guys know how to manage their money. Okay? When Fresh was renting cars, trust me, it was in the budget. And now that he's buying cars, not only is he renting a lot of those cars out and actually making money off of them, but he can afford to buy those cars because he's already bought and invested in property long before he started splurging. So yeah, I might not like those guys, but those guys have a work ethic and they know how to manage their money. Okay? They don't know how to manage women. They don't know how to manage punani. Okay? But they know how to manage their fucking money in their business. All good, appreciating cars, fashion, or whatever, as long as you have the distinction that those objects don't make your self-worth. Exactly. Shout out to Tip Network. Now, but here's the thing, though. If you know how to finagle it, that you know how to make those things work for you, you know how to make those things make you money, because every man should have a nice, expensive, fitted suit. If you can't afford to have like that every day or whatever, that's fine, but you need one. Why? Because when those opportunities come, you got to look the part, dress the part to go out there and go make those business deals and go network. So you do need some material shit, but you got to have the right mindset, and you basically got to pimp it right. You got to use it right. If I got to go somewhere and I got to go be around certain people, damn right, I'm going to pick up that phone and be like, yo, my dude, homie, I need to borrow some things. I need you to...
But even then, I like clearance and I like sales.
Oh yeah.
So you can buy really nice clothes for cheap, and they don't have to look cheap.
No,
like there's sales out there.
That's another thing I liked about my ex-wife. Boy, does she know how to find a deal. I'm like, damn, girl. She's like, I found these phone posits for you. They're only $89. I'm like, damn, where you find these phone posits for $89? She's like, yeah, because I hate when you spend $300 for them. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, stay out of my business. Stay out of my business. Yo, one time we got into an argument about how I spend my money on sneakers. I come home, she had already went online and checked the average price for every color of every sneaker that I had, like the actual shoe. She went and checked the going price, and she totaled it all up, and she just left it on the table. And at the very bottom of the total, she said, "This is a down payment on a house. Just wanted you to know that." I was like,
"Here, just so you know."
And I thought to myself, that's a way to win an argument. And usually women are not that smart. They're not that calculated. They usually just throw emotions around and start throwing insults when they get angry. Nope. She won that argument with logic. All right? With logic. She said, nigga, that's a down payment on the house. Just saying. So argument one. And I'm just saying that's the type of women that you guys should want to be with. Women that could call you on your shit and can actually correct you when you're wrong. You know what I mean? You can still be dominant, and because first of all, a woman's supposed to have your back. She's supposed to have your back. She's supposed to catch you when you're slipping. She's supposed to point shit out that you probably didn't notice, that didn't register. She's supposed to be your second pair of eyes. She's a helpmate. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's important. But these are the things that you guys probably don't know to look for, and we're trying to help you. So that was the point of the stream, is to bring her on so she could give a female perspective and try to give some helpful suggestions on what guys could be looking for, because obviously a dude with options found her valuable enough to marry. So I don't want you guys to miss the fucking point. If you guys are into material objects, then find a way how it can help you to achieve your goals without sinking you into debt. Exactly. There's guys out here buying $250,000 cars only to turn around, rent them hoes out, and use the money to pay the car off in a year. So now they can go back to the same place with A1 credit and get another car for $300K. You see what I'm saying? Paying $800 a month on the car, but they're making $1,000 a week renting the car. Come on, man. You gotta be smart. There's a way to look like it and be getting it at the same damn time. OMG, Ayindei is so intelligent and knowledgeable with experience. Are you flirting with me, girl? Or you just... Nah, I appreciate you, Original 20. Prince is up in here. I regret getting married. Let me see. Prince, correction. You see? Correction. You don't regret getting married. You regret marrying your wife. Okay? Just like I don't miss my ex-wife, but I miss being married. We got to say things properly, because words become things. We speak it into existence. So make sure you speak in the right stuff. Let me get $1. Yeah, you can put it in the super chat. I'm trying to donate. Okay, the Cash App and all that information is in the thread. You guys got to find it. I covered up in the gym, but look better. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the gym. So, what's that looking for like for you? Your fitness regimen? Are you gonna be like the wife that stays, tight and in shape? What's going on with that?
I plan on doing a full 20 years in the military, and like I said, I want to go to my sniper course, and I'm working on it. And I ain't gonna be no bitch. I'm gonna carry my own weight. And what I hated was
Mm-hmm.
when I was in the Marines, I hated when the woman just gave their pack to the man. I was like, if we doing the same job as them, at least we can do at minimum is carry our own weight at minimum. And for a woman to be seen as equal in the military, oh, anywhere, you have to do more. You have to do more than what is just yours or what a man does to be considered somewhat equal. So, yes, I plan on staying fit, and I plan on going to
Mm-hmm.
these cool schools, and I hope that the men realize that I'm not like the average woman who is gonna just drop off the pack to them or let them carry my weight. It's my weight, and I plan on doing that. And if you need me at the end of the day, I'm gonna carry your pack too, because I want to be looked at as like you can depend on me. And if I'm gonna be a good leader, you have to depend on me. But like
Okay.
again, that's just me. Not all women are like this, and I haven't met many women who are like this in the military.
Hold on. I think somebody donated $100. I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, guys. You
Oh,
gotta
they sure
understand.
did.
Yeah, you gotta understand, guys. I'm just getting adjusted and accustomed to this stuff. All right. I mean, my experience with super chat is me providing the talent so that other motherfuckers can get rich in the super chat. So I don't know. I'm not. I don't know about the receiving end. So I appreciate that if that's what I'm reading correctly. At is it Dominic D HRK? Am I reading this right?
Yeah, you are. I see it too.
Croatian Kuna? No, but what I'm saying is, am I reading the name right? That's his name, right?
Oh, Dominic D.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah,
and then
I think so.
Croatian Kuna. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate you, Dominic. That's what's up. Do you have any questions for her though? Also, because she doesn't know what you guys want to know, and I want it to be useful. I want it to be useful because I gotta let her go here in a minute. Because actually, guys, I'm actually going on a live screen with Nixon Talks in about 30 minutes, and I really like his shit. I ninja watch a lot of these people in the manosphere. Um, and I like a lot of the smaller channels for some reason, but I don't look at subs and all that stuff. I just listen to the content and the how genuine people are when they be speaking. That's what I gravitate towards. So I like this guy Nixon. So if it wasn't for the jab, I would go out to Australia and investigate because I don't like judging people online. I like to meet people. I like to smell them and shake their hand and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Everything's online nowadays.
right, right. I like to meet people. So yeah, I was trying to meet you when I went to go see my mom for Thanksgiving, but I know
I
you got tight,
know.
you got
I'm
busy. No,
sorry.
it's all
I'm
good. It's all good.
sorry.
My mom would like you too. How did you meet your fiance, and what did he say to you when y'all first met? Okay, there you go. That's a good question.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right. I met online like most people do nowadays.
What?
I met him on Instagram. Yes, yes. Let me tell
Mm.
you the story.
Okay.
So the only reason why I hung out with him was because I was bored. Let's start to. I know that sounds really bad, but you said before, like the mistakes that we make or like turned out to be blessings.
Oh god.
That wasn't a mistake, obviously.
Oh
But I
god.
met him when I was in Texas for training, and he was visiting a friend. I
Hmm.
was in San Antonio, and I wasn't allowed to hang out since I was prior active duty. I was Marine Corps, and then I switched to Air Force. I was not allowed to hang out with the students who were Air Force, just coming out of their boot camp. And I wasn't allowed to hang out with the officers in my class. So there was only one other guy I was allowed to hang out with at like after school hours. And he was like 40 something. I think I was 24 or 25 at the time. Like we didn't have a lot in common. So this is 3 months, this training is, and I'm bored. I can't hang out with anyone. I don't know anyone. So he hit me up on Instagram.
Hmm.
He was like, "Oh, do you want to go out uh, with him and his friend to one of the clubs?" I was like, okay, because I was like, you don't look bad, and like I'll drive. I'm not gonna drink because if something goes down, I gotta go. Yeah, so we hung out and we just hit it off and everything was good. I didn't take any drinks from him. I wasn't drinking at all that night. I was on guard because I'm not from Texas and I don't know anybody there. So God forbid something happen, I have to be on my P's and Q's.
Yeah, and see, at least you're taking some responsibility. These women be acting like the Me Too thing is 100% on the guys. No, women got to be careful too. You put yourself in a position,
Yeah.
some Me Too-ish shit can happen. Okay, so real quick,
Yeah.
let me get to some of these super chats, and then I'm gonna ask you the most difficult questions in here because I can't take it easy on nobody. I don't play that shit. Um, Okay, so real quick, we got here. I'm gonna shout out Trey again for the $5 super chat. That was the first one. Lightweight for the $5 super chat. How did men treat her in the military? We hit that question. Okay, so we got Adarius Yancey. Sorry, man, I'm terrible at reading names. $5 super chat. Thank God you left fresh and fit. Okay, thank God too, brother. I'm glad I was out of there. I don't want to be associated with that negativity. Aaron E with the Canadian $7. So hopefully that's more than $1 right now. Hardest working brother on YouTube for sure. Super chat from Lightweight, another $5, and he put an extra A in your name, but Arica mentioned that a guy. I actually like how it looks like that. Mentioned that a guy has to be financially right to date her, so she did explain that. It's more about how he manages the money. Anti-Slob with the $20 super chat that he was, complaining that I didn't say his name. So sorry, brother. I'm just going off of what I heard, and I came in late. All right, well, we're all caught up now. Okay, what do you want to say to this dude and do with him? Modern day alphas, all these. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're just trying to see. No, I'm not kicking nobody out the chat, bro. Come on, man. I fucks with you guys. You fucks with me. I'm gonna tell you what I want to tell you. You can tell me what you want to tell me. I'm not over here penalizing you for clapping back. Um, okay, so Dominic with the $100 super chat, we definitely hit that. So he's just appreciating the channel and showing love, and we appreciate that. Don't forget to call out the super chats. I just did that, so appreciate you for the reminder, Scott. I don't know what I'd do without Scott. Scott's like, I don't know what I would do, bro. He's like my Alfred sometimes, bro. He gave you 14. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So now let's get to these damn questions. You met your fiance. Iron sharpens iron. I appreciate you for that, Altered Beast. I'm trying to toughen these motherfuckers up because I had it rough growing up, and I love every motherfucker that made it hard on me. Matter of fact, if you ain't never fist fight your best friend, he ain't your best friend. She's happy now, but what happens if and when she's not happy in a marriage? Is she going to bail? The statistics say yes. So I agree with this question. We want to know, how are you going to handle it? Are you just going to up and leave? Are you going to divorce him and take half his shit? You're going to take the kids and he can't see his own kid? Like, what's going on?
So it depends what the issue is. Most likely, like, people will get divorced over infidelity, correct? Like that is probably like the main factor. So I even told him, and I'm very open and honest, and I have the conversations with my friends. There's nothing you can't work past. So let's say he cheated on me while I was on deployment, right? So I'm gone. You don't see my face day in, day out, and you had sex with, like, you had a one-night stand. Yeah, I'm gonna be hurt, and I'm gonna be honest here. Like, I'm not lying. Yeah, I'm gonna be hurt, and yeah, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna want to beat you up and like all this crazy stuff, but that's something we can work past. And I personally and I honestly believe if you are honest and upfront with me and you let me know what happened and it's nothing more, we can work past that. But if I have to find out through the grapevine or found out through somebody else that you cheated, no, there's no coming back from that because I hold honesty very near and dear.
Okay. Well, I could co-sign to that because I got two examples of that. Number one, real quick, if I start really liking a chick and I want to get into it like that, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be putting a lot on the line, I will fake that type of shit and see how she responds. You see what I'm saying? I'll set it up to get caught cheating, but I didn't really cheat and just see what you gonna do. You gonna up and, because I'm on that 50 Cent shit. You know what I'm saying? If you find out I was with another chick, are you gonna up and be gone? Because if you is, well, shit, how deep is our bond? So I like to test to see how women are going to react to things rather than believe what they tell me they would do, or for me to just tell myself this is what she would do. Nope, I need to know without a doubt what she's going to do in this situation. If I leave, X amount of money, if I leave 5 stacks somewhere and I tell her, fuck man, I lost this fucking 5 stacks. I know I left it over here. That shit gone now, and I know I left it somewhere where she found it. And she gonna come to me like, baby, you left this fucking money here.
I'm guilty of the
Baby,
same
you left
thing.
this money here. I found the money. I have the money. You need to be a little bit more responsible. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, aha. Okay, this bitch ain't a thieving ass bitch because she came to me and gave me my goddamn money, right? So so little things like that. And there was a time where I got in an argument with my chick and I wasn't with her for like a couple of days and spent the night at my other place, in my work studio. And yeah, I was so pissed off, man. I ended up spending the night with some other chick, and then immediately I told her. As soon as I told her, I was like, yo, we gotta talk. Sit down, because something happened. And she was pissed like a motherfucker, but it blew over or whatever. But then there was a level of respect there. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely can see that, and I think guys should implement that into their repertoire. It's always a good peace of mind to know for sure how a woman's going to react to a situation because the situation happened, and she reacted. All right, so here, let's see. This guy's asking, I think, a similar question. But before we get to him, Fred07 had the nerve to say she's probably a hidden feminist too. So I'm gonna let you address that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Look, I don't really know too much about feminism, but I don't believe. Well, let me say this. So if we're talking about in the military, yeah, I think women should be kind of equal. Like, girl, if you can go do infantry and you can hang with the guys, be my guest. That ain't for me. I like my showers at the end of the day. I like, nice things. That's why I'm in the Air Force now. But if you can do it just as good as a guy, then yeah, girl, you need to do it. Do your thing.
Right.
I don't know what you mean about feminism. Like, I do feel women are not equal yet, but are working on becoming equal pay and stuff like that. Yeah, I think women should get equal pay to men.
All right. Well, that's a whole nother argument. That's a whole other argument because I only agree with that if it's equal production. Like if we're talking about the NBA versus the WNBA, oh hell to the nah. But if we're talking about a job where the women have equal output, then they are already getting paid equal. So I think that's a non-argument that people just throw around to keep us divided. I don't really think it's a real issue, which is why you don't actually hear cases of it. You hear women bringing it up as a straw man argument, but you don't actually hear a particular woman saying that this career or this job is paying this man who's equally qualified to me and has equal production rates more than me. You never hear that shit. You never hear that. So you always kind of hear it.
I wouldn't even know because I don't follow it.
Right. You hear it in theory. But before I get into this guy Prince's question, one thing I did want to ask you, because I've fucked a lot of girls. Sorry for the language, but yeah, I hooked up with a lot of girls that were in the military, Navy, Army, all that good stuff. Sorry, flashbacks, memories. But so yeah, I did that a lot. And one thing that a lot of them would admit to me, because some of them were on disability, and I know nothing was wrong with their back because I was blowing their back out. And also I was making them squat in the gym. No, I'm just saying, I got them squatting in the gym, I got them lunging, you know what I'm saying? The sex is all over the place, but she collecting all this disability money. And a lot of them, what they had in common is they would laugh at the fact that how easy it was to get their 80% or 90% or 70% of the disability, whereas all my male vets, they be struggling to prove, yo, I'm fucked up. Can I get more than 13%? Can I get more than 40% of this money? My neck, my back, I can't work out, I can't fuck, I can't do anything, and they don't want to give me, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to give me this money.
Really, I know quite a bit of people who are successful with getting noted for their issues. I don't know personally because I told you I have 2 really good girlfriends that are Marines and one is still struggling with it, one is good. I'm not too sure because like I said, I don't know.
You don't hang around with fakers, because all I'm saying is the majority of the ones I met, they be lying their ass off. They be like, oh my God, I broke a nail, I need a disability, send me home. So I'm just saying. All right, so Prince asks, statistically, Western marriages aren't very successful. why. I don't know why you asking her. She ain't a professional on why motherfuckers don't stay married. Because Western society is built on the principle of individualism, whereas marriage is rooted in the concept of collectivism. Wait, are you asking or telling us, Prince? But I guess he wants your opinion on it. Like, why do you think that Western marriages tend to fail? And also, do you agree with his explanation, which is that we practice
Yeah,
individualism versus collectivism?
I would agree with it slightly. In the U.S., it's all this music nowadays is like, fuck bitches get money, like you independent girl, do it by
Mm.
yourself, and all the stuff on media and all of that is really like telling girls like you got it, you don't need a man.
Yeah,
But like I
basically.
said before, two incomes is better than one, or just building with someone is so much better than building by yourself, in my opinion. And that's what I want, and I would assume that's what most girls want. Maybe, I
Well,
don't know.
I think women love conflicting ideas. They love
Mm-hmm.
conflicting scenarios, and they love conflicting messages. They want men
Yeah,
that are busy and successful, but somehow have time for them.
time. Yep.
You know what I mean? They want guys that can have any girl, but somehow picks them. And they
Mm-hmm.
love the government telling them that you're strong and independent, you don't need no man. Put education and career first, girl. Meanwhile, telling women, divorce your husband and we'll ensure that you still get his resources. That's a conflicting
Yeah.
message. Because you're over here telling women you don't need no man, but then the moment you get married, oh no, 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 no. You need his money. You need that alimony, girl. You need that alimony
Yeah.
because how are you ever gonna do it alone? You were married and he was providing
Yeah.
for you and now he's not. It's like, yeah, but you just told them don't get married because they don't need a man, but then she did get married and now you're telling
Mm-hmm.
her she needs the man. I'm so confused because if that was the case, why didn't you tell her to suck it up and stay married to the man? No, you told her no fault divorce and we'll make sure you still get the money, girl. So that's my
Yeah.
opinion on why people don't stay married in the West because our governments
Mm-hmm.
have sabotaged it by using women's feelings against them. And I'm telling you right now, it would work on men also. Because if you told men, hey, listen, if you quit your job, you ain't even got to give a reason, and we'll make sure they give you unemployment. Niggas would be like, what? I'm quitting tomorrow. Send my check. So that's what it is. You telling women they don't have to listen to their husband, follow any rules. They could just leave and they still get his resources. Well, the deal in the past was shut the fuck up and cooperate, and I'll take care of all the bills. That was the main crux of the deal back in the day was that women could rely on this man. He would protect and provide for them. They just had to be submissive and cooperative and give him children. So they're basically telling women, listen, you can take all of what he got to offer as a husband. Meanwhile, you don't have to give him his end of the bargain as a woman, and it is what it is. Okay, so hold on, we got a couple more questions, and then I gotta let you go like 5 minutes. If you have style, you can marry a trash bag look fashion. Oh, sorry, I think he meant to say make. If you have style, you can make a trash bag look fashionable. Rihanna is one of those women. Well, Rihanna has a stylist, so take it easy, buddy. Um, Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, he corrected the make. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, but I agree with what he's saying. Like, definitely, you can shop at discount places if you have a good eye for it. If you know how to pick good
Mm-hmm.
materials and stuff like that, they don't always have to be expensive. How come women want smash but not get in a relationship? So again, what he's saying is, how come women want to smash but not get into a relationship? I have my own take on it, but he asked you, so I'll let you give a woman's. Be
So
honest, no cap. Go ahead.
what makes a woman want to have sex and like nothing else?
Yeah, he's just basically saying a lot of women nowadays they down to hook up with certain guys, but they don't want like a relationship. And I mean, I've been through it myself. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, understand like what makes a woman want to do that. Well, I I
Oh,
don't
all right,
know.
all right. Okay, let
I'm
me ask you
kind of
from
lost.
let me ask you from experience, right? So I've had, multiple really good looking chicks that I could think of that they were hot as hell,
Mm-hmm.
they were fine as fuck, and they was down to fuck with me. The
Mm-hmm.
sex was great and all that other kind of stuff. But I'd be like, hey, let's go out for dinner. And they'd be like, oh no, 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 no. They just want to come over,
Yeah.
have sex, and leave. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm trying to do stuff with them and trying to spend time with them. They weren't interested in none of that. They were like, nah, just sex, and then I'll go do other things. But then that very same girl, you go on her story and she's out with some other guy, having a 5-star dinner at some expensive restaurant. but then she's not sleeping with that guy majority of the time, and it's just like, well, shit. So I think that's kind of what he's trying to ask. At least that's what I've experienced, and it was hard for me to understand, but I finally figured it out.
Uh, that's a good question. I personally don't know how to answer it. Like I've, for me, when I have had sex with people in the past, I knew them and I had like a emotional attachment. For me, that's a must. I can't just have a one night stand or just have sex with someone just to have sex with them. Like we have to be like some type of friends, or there has to be more. And that's for me. That's what makes sex good for me, and that's how I enjoy it, is like the emotional connection. But,
Okay. So let me ask
I
you.
wouldn't know how to put input into that one.
So
That
let,
question.
so let me ask you this: do you believe that the ability to pair bonding is something that women can lose with multiple partners? Because obviously you believe in pair bonding, because what you just described, that's the clinical term for it, is pair bonding. So if 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 an emotional connection is what gives sex value to you, then you're still stuck in that Velcro phase where you there's an adhesive between you and the men that you're sleeping with. So do you think that that's an ability that can be lost?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like there are a lot of women who they're okay with having sex in one night stands, and which is cool for them, but not for me. I don't judge you if you like to have sex. That's all more power to you. Honestly, if I was young and single, I wish I could do that, but that was never anything that I could do. Like it's just not. I can't get myself to do it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But that's girls can lose that, and I feel like girls can enjoy having sex with multiple partners and that being okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible, bro. I'm sorry, and I'm saying that from experience. I've dated girls that do porn. I've dated strippers. I've dated girls that were promiscuous. I'm sorry, been there, done that, and I'm telling you right now, they don't have the ability. It just it don't
Yeah.
you know what? I shouldn't say that
Do you
because
think they always have to have some level of attachment?
like it's possible to a degree, like they can, like it's a lot more difficult, and very few of them are going to be able to stay in a long-term committed relationship with that past. Yes, it can happen. I'm not going to say it can't, because I've also seen that as well as done that. But let me address these two guys right here, because I agree and disagree with both of them. All right, marriage is an archaic institution in this modern day era. There are no benefits. Most women can't cook and has racked up to many bodies to receive a name. All right, you see, Sharon, that's listen, that's the shit that I don't want here. I don't want that shit here. Okay, I don't care about underachievers. I don't care about what most people is doing. I don't listen. Stop it. Stop it. That's not inspiring to anyone. You're making a lot of definitive statements in here, and you're also making decisions for a lot of other people other than yourself. You're not in a position to do that. Marriage is not archaic. You know why? Because people are still having children. Okay, so stop. Okay, that's number one. Stop you right there. As long as people are having children, marriage is a valid institution. All right. That's number one. I'm gonna try to be respectful here, but you're really pissing me off saying this type of shit, because they might be young, impressionable guys that actually listen to this negative nonsense. All right, now moving on. There are no benefits. Again, stop. Because either you have never been married, or you've been married and had a terrible experience, so you're talking from butt hurt and emotion. Okay? I've been married. I've been engaged. There are a lot of benefits in it. So I'm gonna stop you again. Okay? My mother's married. There's plenty of people in my family married. There are benefits. Okay? So stop. Okay, most women can't cook. I'm not marrying most women. I'm marrying a woman. If she can cook, then what the fuck are you talking about? That would make her being able to cook even more valuable, because it wouldn't be an expected given at that point that I could take for granted. It'd be something I would have to appreciate, like I do my mama's cooking. Because a lot of dudes, their mama don't even cook. And my mother can throw down. So could my grandmother. So can my aunts. My sister can even cook. So the men in my family can cook. But when the women are doing their thing, we stay out of their way and we respect that they're doing their thing. All right? So what are you talking about, most women? Okay? The women you surround yourself with, if they can cook, then you should appreciate it and value it and validate them for it even more. So you kind of contradicted yourself with that. All right? Now, one more thing. Has racked up too many bodies. Again, if that's the type of women that you're attracting, looking for, surrounding yourself with, that's on you, buddy. There are plenty of women out here that haven't racked up bodies. Okay, now moving on to Prince. Let me correct myself. Some women are worthy of marriage. I'm generalizing, of course, but you have to vet properly and be ready to walk away. Good. Now, that's vague advice, so let me make it a little bit more detailed with the little bit of time we have. Okay, yes, you have to vet women properly, and I just gave you an example of that previously, like literally allowing her to think something happened that didn't happen so that you can see how she would react to that something. When I was a teenager, I was already sending my best looking friends that a girl I was interested in didn't know were my friends to go approach her, to drop the heaviest game on her, be persistent in everything, and see how she responded and how she acted. So I knew for a fact how she responded to new guys trying to hit on her. You guys think that vetting a girl is just like spending a little bit of time with her before you commit. No, vetting a girl is forcing those situations so you can get an accurate understanding of how she reacts. Hiring a private detective is something that I highly suggest. In fact, I'm looking for one to bring on the channel. So if you know one, tell them to hit me up, because I'm going to be bringing private investigators on so they can tell guys what to look out for, what to expect, what to be aware of, and also how, who, and where to hire one so that you can have someone helping you vet women.
You think that is important? Will you do that for your future wife
Wife, well, you
or
need, well,
someone
well,
like a potential?
in my opinion, nowadays you need to be doing that for anyone that you letting spend the night at your place. If you're trusting a woman enough to let her spend the night at your place, and you got some money about you, bruh, go ahead and spend your money wisely. Hire a private investigator to vet that woman, research, go do some digging and figure out what she's really about ahead of time. And there's ways you can go about using that information. You can cut ties immediately, or you can use it to try to even change her and coach her into what you want her to be by simply saying, listen, I already know the fucking truth. You lying to me is pointless. You don't need to lie. Just make a decision what you want to do. If you want to tighten up, correct yourself, course correct, I'll be here for you. I'll help you with that. I'll work with you on that, and I'll give you the opportunity to earn my trust. If that's not something that you want to, do, then continue sucking a dick, and we'll just enjoy that. Okay, but you have to vet properly. Okay, and one more thing I want to touch on is be ready to walk away from bad situations. Okay, that's very important. You guys have to know how to cut your losses. A lot of guys stay in it simply because they feel they've invested too much, they can't walk away. Yeah, dummy, but you're investing more, and as you stay, you lose more, and it's inevitable you're going to lose because the character of that person is not there. 100 pesos, LOL. I'm not sure about that comment, but all right, so thank you for the $14 super chat. I'm going to figure out who sent that in a minute. True Prince is just, it's just way hard. Okay, that's somebody talking to each other in the comment. Cool. Shout out Nixon. Yeah, I'm messaging with Nixon right now, so yeah, he's doing his thing. I want to see him in like 5-10 minutes. One Croatian kuna equals United. Oh, okay, that was the denomination of the money. Got it. Maybe we should go visit that place. What's the girl? Yeah, send me some pictures. Send me some pictures of the girls in where you at. Because if you don't send them to me, I'll find them myself on Instagram. I'll just put a hashtag in front of that country or city or island or whatever, and I'll see what your women's look like. Where's Shorty from? She said that she's originally from. Where are you originally from? That's right.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland. I was about to say something wrong. Okay, well, I was actually going to say Ohio. So Cleveland, Ohio, and is currently in VA. Okay, so why do women blind follow their friends even when they wrong and say stupid stuff? All right, well, that's the in-group preference, but I'll let you answer why you think women follow each other blindly.
Because that's the only advice they have, and they trust them.
They don't got the leadership of a man.
Yeah, if I need advice, the first person for me, if I'm going to my man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to see what else we'll come up with, and maybe then I might go to my friend if I need somebody else. But my man is my best friend, and that's my dog, and he's the first person I go to for everything.
Yay, that's the way it's supposed to be, and that's the type of respect that I demand in my relationships. I mean, it is what it is. Women act from a place of emotion, so they can't predetermine how they'll react in a situation. I feel for the always be honest with your woman, but that backfired, LOL. Well, like I said, a lot of times it's not what you do, what you say, it's who's saying it and who's doing it. So
But even if it backfires, even if your backfire means I get mad, Of course I'm gonna. If you cheat on me and then you tell me, what do you expect? And I'm like, oh no, babe, it's okay. I'm glad you told me. Of course I'm gonna get mad. But guess what comes after that? Respect. Like, damn, he's a man.
Right.
He
But
told me. He let me
sometimes
know what happened.
that comes after they broke up already. Then she looks back and says, damn, he was right. I lost a good one. And I mean, it's tough on a lot of these women, bro. They didn't have dads growing up. They didn't have uncles and all that kind of stuff. So they never really learned how to trust men. So it's hard for them because in their mind, all men want is sex. So they could never really trust them because if that's the idea they have of men, they can't perceive a man saying or doing something without an ulterior motive. So they trust women because they feel like, well, a woman is not trying to get something out of me. So that kind of answers the question from earlier, bro. So you have to learn how to instill trust in women. Me personally, if I really like women or if I just want to control the situation, I'll get them in a situation where we're going to have sex and then I'll choose not to. That way I take the power because now she can't say that he's doing it for the sex and she can't think that she could possibly control me with the sex because I got her naked and said, you know what, put your clothes back on. We'll do this another time. And it's going to fuck their head up because they're like, and I learned that from my older cousin. He said when he meets a woman, the first thing he does is he makes sure it's clear that the pussy is obsolete. And when you do that, now a woman starts asking a bunch of other questions. Well, what can I do to keep this man in my life? What does he want from me? What should I do? And it opens her up to a whole nother realm of behavior because she's never experienced it before. Every other guy wanted the draws. So use that, guys. I use that mentality in the strip club to get money. Because if you reduce it to sex, you ain't going to get no money. You ain't going to get nothing else because she going to think she can keep paying you with that form of currency. That and be sexy. Because if you're sexy, then sex becomes an even exchange anyway because it's not a chore to her. Okay. Okay. Don't trust your... See, I don't agree with this either, Prince. Don't trust your neighbor or trust a friend. Don't even speak freely with your wife. See, that's that new age bullshit. If you can't trust a motherfucker, right, if you can't trust a motherfucker, they ain't your friend. And if you can't trust your wife, she shouldn't be your wife because that's your emergency contact. That's the person that comes and bails you out of jail if something happens. So she has to have access to the safe and access to the money, or else how the hell she gonna bail you out? So you have to trust her not to go shopping with your bail money. And then also your neighbor. What happened to the good old days when you could trust your neighbors with your children? You could trust your neighbors with your dog. You could leave your house open or leave a key to your house with your neighbor in case they need to go in there and do something when you were on vacation. So I'm sorry, bro. I can't relate to this stuff because that's not how I was raised. I was raised to build a relationship with your neighbors so that you can trust them. I was raised to pick my friends wisely and be able to trust my friends and be down to do anything for them. And I was raised to marry women that I could trust. And this is why I'm not married now because I got to do it all over again. And I could trust my ex-wife. That wasn't the problem. The problem with my ex-wife is that she was super insecure because her father left her mother for a younger woman and her first fiance cheated on her and ended up marrying the woman that he cheated with. All right, Ayindei, Red Pill Dad said he found out his wife was cheating for 8 years. How can that be? How can a woman be that discreet for that long? Would it have happened to you? Absolutely not, because I'm far more observant than the average guy and I'm far more sexier than the average guy. So I'm sorry, bro. I'm just being honest. Okay? All right, it's like I'm too observant, bro. I can feel things. I can feel energy. Like I already know, and I be knowing about all different type of things to look for. Okay, I smell up on people. I smell them. I sniff them. I use my olfactory gland. I pay attention to details. I pay attention to body language. All kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. I know my girl was doing something sneaky just recently because the way she was behaving with her phone. I'm like, yo, hold on. Why you tensed up when I'm holding your phone? Something in here you don't want me to see? I feel something different. You don't usually act like this when I'm in your phone. So I'm trying to screen share right now so we can watch some Amazon Prime, but you're getting real tense in your wrist. What's up with your wrist? You know, something's going on here. Yeah, I can tell, bro. While it's deep, okay, conflicting messaging, true. Okay, in this hierarchy in your relationship, who gets the final say? Okay, good question. Who gets the final say in your relationship?
It depends what we're talking about.
I don't like that answer. I don't like that answer.
I wanna say me.
Damn.
But then I don't know. I think I want to say me because maybe it's my ego or my pride. I want to say me, but it's probably him. Probably him.
I don't know, man. Sounds like you. It's shaky over there. It's shaky because you weren't confident with the him. Always him. He's the man. Because this is what I'll tell you. This is what I'll tell you. In my opinion, this is how it's supposed to go. The final say is yours via him, because it's like you need to let him think that he has the final say. Your influence game should be on point. All right? A woman needs to know how to trick a man into thinking he makes all the decisions while she's influencing him major.
I would say what most people say is like behind a good man is like a good wife, like, or however the freaking saying goes. It's something along those lines, and I would
Yeah.
say like
It's just a saying, though.
he gets the credit for everything. I will never be like, you know what, or I would never disagree with him in public. You know that,
Okay.
because I'm not gonna make him look stupid. Like
Right.
if I don't like something, we're gonna talk about this later.
Later.
I'm not gonna be yeah that. So I would say him. He's the face of everything.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be the one if we had a disagreement or not a disagreement. If we agreed on something later, he's gonna be the one to say like, yeah, this is what happened and this and this and this. So he's definitely the face of all our.
Okay, yeah. So okay, I see what you're saying. So the outward projection to the public is he gets the last say for sure, because you're spoken for. So you're that wife that if somebody knocks on the door, you're like, listen, you're gonna have to talk to my husband. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not answering that question. You got to talk to my husband. And I don't see that nowadays. I see the woman making all the decisions in public, and I'm like, I want to pull the guy aside, because it's like, yo, I do this for a living. Let me speak to you, homeboy. How you doing, ma'am? Give me 1 second with your 1 second with your guy. Yo, get the fuck over here. Let me talk to you. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? You don't fucking have her speaking for you. You fucking crazy? Because it's subconscious. I pay attention to the subconscious stuff. So when you see a couple together and someone asks them a question, the woman automatically answers. And it's like they'll ask the question to the guy and she answers for him. And the guy's comfortable with that. I want to grab him by his ear and say, come over here. Come here. Let me tell you why this relationship ain't going to last no length of time. Your wife is going to have another man's dick in her mouth in no time. Because you're doing this shit and she doesn't even know it, but she's going to lose attraction for you and not know why. She's going to be asking that stupid ass question. I don't know, girl. I just don't know why I feel different about him. I don't know. It's just not the same. Yeah. Because he's allowing that type of behavior. He's supposed to pull it to the side and be like, yo. Yo, you don't answer questions for me. You don't finish my sentences. Chill. You see what I'm saying? And you're saving the relationship when you're doing that. You're not being controlling. All right, let me answer Dominic's question. I don't know if it's for you or me, but I'll answer it, and then I guess you can put your 2 cents on it. I wanted to ask about your knowledge of attraction. Do you think focusing on maximizing looks is way better than focusing on learning and practicing game? So real quick, I hate when you guys ask these questions. I hate when you guys ask these ultimatum type questions. This or that, left or right, this strategy or that strategy. Bro, you use the word maximizing. You know what maximizing means? It means you do both. That's what maximizing means. You do both. But I'll tell you this much. The looks maxing needs to come off first, because without the looks maxing, you won't have the opportunity to learn and practice game. Because you learn game the same way you learn everything else. Hands on. We're men. So stop trying to learn vocally, because women learn vocally. Don't get offended, because I know some of you are like, oh my God, I'm about to shame language him because he made me feel away. No. This is serious shit. Go look it up. Women learn well vocally. Men learn well kinetically. That means hands-on, actually doing the thing. Okay? So we speak to each other and communicate as men, and we use words effectively and efficiently, but we still need to go out there and do it hands-on. So if you want to be better with game when it comes to women, you got to actually get in the game, right? But if you're not attractive, you won't get the opportunity to practice with the best looking women that you can. So to answer that, looks max first and foremost, and then as more opportunities present themselves and women start giving you some feedback, now you start focusing more and more on learning the game and practicing the game while still maximizing game. Do you want to put something on that?
I think that is similar, like what came first, the chicken or the egg. Like they both need to be worked on, definitely. Because you can get a girl in the door, but can you keep her? Or like you said, I would say I would agree with you. Then getting the girl in the door with your physical or whatever appearance, now I'll get a girl in. Now you have to learn how to keep her.
All right. So Vanna's asking you, do you have any tattoos? This might be the last question, because I gotta go. I don't want to hold up Nick. I gotta have respect for his platform, and I think he started his intro already. So he just wants to know if you have tattoos. I mean, I know the answer, but I didn't.
Yes, I have a lot of tattoos, and actually, you're gonna miss a super chat by CJ.
Oh,
It's a
so all right. So let me get to that. Yeah, because
I have a lot.
yeah, I was trying to throw some of your Instagram in it too. Why do Fresh and Fit have hoes on the show? Like, go ask them. Let me find this guy's super chat though. Okay, so I don't know what is that. I don't know what the 20. I'm assuming it's $20. So yo, shout out to CJ for the $20 super chat. Any crazy stories about the modeling industry? All right, I think that might have to be the last question, and then we're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
No, I don't have any crazy stories, thank God. Everyone that I have shot with are very professional around and take pictures with people. I have to feel them out first. I have to get a energy or a vibe check before I shoot with somebody.
I like this, man. I just want to read this comment because I like it. Altered Beast says, my advice after being married almost 20 years, you and your man be a team like Bonnie and Clyde. Create a bubble around y'all's relationship to keep the BS out. Best wishes. It's funny that he said that because me and my very first girlfriend's relationship was like that. And I'm the reason why she's still married to her husband because she was going to divorce him. She caught him cheating and she was going to divorce him. I convinced her not to. But one of the things that she did mention was she was like, I feel like me and him never had that type of relationship where me and you had, where we could do anything together. We could commit crimes. You know what I'm saying? We could dress up and pretend to be other people and convince other people that we're completely different people than we are. We're from somewhere else, got different names and different careers, and people, because we would crash parties together. We would crash.
It's like a game.
Yeah, we would crash fucking family reunions together and all kind of shit just to entertain ourselves. And she was like, me and him never had that type of relationship, that type of connection. And she always knew if something happened, bro, because she was risking her job for me. When we first met, bro, I was getting thousands of dollars of shit up out of her job. I'm not gonna, not gonna indict myself, but she knew if anything was ever to happen, I would have took the fall. So it was just, yeah, anyway. So I agree with him on that, though. You do want to have that type of relationship with your girl where it's like, I do anything for her, she do anything for me. And, you want to take risk with her. You want to have wins with her. You want to have losses with her. The whole 9 yards. I mean, you guys got to start. Get a woman, right? We get the right woman,
Or
right?
is it like vetting? You said vetting, right?
Vetting?
I've done that, and I would say that has helped me to find the right man. Like making sure, like put him in situations and seeing what it does. Like nothing crazy,
Right.
but just putting him in a situation.
Don't
to see how he
manipulate him,
reacts.
just test him.
Yeah, not manipulate. Just
Right.
Just little things like I can't even think of anything. Just little things and see how you react. See if you're a patient person or if you're like explosive.
You shouldn't get mad at shit testing unless you're failing the test. Like, what the fuck? You should expect that women are going to shit test you. If a woman doesn't shit test you, then she's irresponsible with a vagina in her womb. What the fuck? She's supposed to qualify you. How else she going to qualify you? So, a lot of guys take so much shit from women personal. Bro, you can't take it personal. They're women. If you don't like these characteristics about women, then you don't like women. Like, it comes with it. That's like saying, yo, I love dogs. I want a dog, but I hate the fact that I got to walk them. So what you gonna do? You gonna make him shit in a litter box? He's a dog. So you gotta accept what comes along with whatever that species is that you want to be with. All right. So let's get up out of here. I appreciate you guys that did support. You kept the chat going. You kept the chat live. So we appreciate that. Next time I need more time to promote it. But thank you for coming on. I know you came on a couple of times for me with Duke and Dawn. So I know Duke has a lot of love and appreciation for you. We love you over here in the Manosphere. I'm gonna get you back on with somebody at some point because I think you can help. Right, I think you can help some guys. So we appreciate that. You being useful to us. All right. And congratulations on the wedding again too.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep us posting on that. When is the wedding gonna be?
Thank you.
When is it gonna be?
In 23. So I'm supposed in 23 October 23 because I'm deploying this October and I want it in October.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys, say goodnight to her. Thank her for coming. Yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully we'll get you back in like a month or a couple of months or whatever. We'll get you back at some point. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
Good night, y'all.
Peace.